What is up, everybody? Woo! Yesterday was insane. I only got 3 hours of sleep, and I was up all day and all night with the decoy ducks. Went to Columbia and jumped in Southpaw Brad's soccer mobile. Shot up to Charlotte. Met up with Uzumaki and Nicole, and we hit three places to dig. Oh no, we hit four. We hit four places up. We got four done. Most of them had records and pops and comics. One was just a straight comic shop. And even though it was the highest amount of money I spent, it was probably I wouldn't say it was the less fruitful. It was interesting. I got some stuff there that I've never gotten before that is now in my collection that I've wanted in my collection for a while. I figured I was in Charlotte. I had to find it somewhere. I found it. I grabbed it. But while I was not even home, I was getting books because my new comic book day haul got dropped off. And so we're going to go through this. I'm going to show you what I got. Let's see. Dave collects, yeah. And I am so here. You sure? You positive? Morning, dude. It is a morning. Woo. Still drinking out of the same mug I was drinking out of last night. Let's put it that way. Bat mic. So yeah. I'm going to throw the link in the chat if you want to jump in and join me in my bantering. Tell me what you think of the books that I got. Did you get some of these books? Then feel free to jump in. Batmite, yeah, last night was her debut as far as being on YouTube. She did great. Had a lot of fun. Oh my God, I can't wait to go back and watch that episode. I've got to. I'm probably going to do today. I've got some chores to do, so I might as well do it while I do chores. Listen to it. We had a lot of fun, a lot of cutting up. It was great. So, whoops. So yeah. So this got dropped off at the house. I had a friend of mine come by who is my spare key person and pick it up and bring it in the house. That way it's not sitting out on the porch. All that. I didn't get home till I really didn't get home till like 10:30, maybe 10:15, something like. It was somewhere between there, and then I had to get everything in the house and then jump right on. So I didn't have time to do any kind of thing. I definitely didn't want to leave it on the porch. So we'll get started with the most that I pulled, back to normal being Marvel, but it wasn't a big pull. I'm missing some books. I'm missing at least 3 books that I know of. Diamond got hacked. They don't know. They can't promise. They're not promising anything. There's a lot of stuff they're not promising. It's not in my backlog issues, for being, not having enough or them messing up. It's literally just like they don't know where these books are. I guess I don't know. So I've got 5 Marvel books. Most anticipated is Moon Knight number 5. This is the last of McNiven's run on the covers, so I 100% grabbed it. Want to miss him doing the covers because I really like his artwork. I've been really enjoying it. Last issue was kind of weak, but hopefully it'll pick back up. I've been enjoying it. Love me some Moon Knight. Let's see. Look at this here. Cool. All right. Let's see. We got Matt Woods. We didn't get to catch up with Matt yesterday. He went out with a whole group of people from Reggie's. Kind of surprised we didn't run into each other, but I don't know where they went. We got. Well, I'll cover it. It'll be covered later where we went to eat. But yeah, so unfortunately couldn't sync up with Matt Woods, but future, never know, because we've already decided this is probably going to happen again here in a few months. So, Matt, you're on the drive home. Oh, okay. Well, drive safe. That was a big thing yesterday. Everybody was telling each other, drive safe, take your time, don't speed, you know, all that good stuff. I'm sure you're probably a pretty good driver. All right, next up we got Savage Avengers number 26. I've been loving this book, but I just got on a few issues ago, and now it's about the end. I need to get the back issues of this run. I definitely want to get into some Savage Avengers if there's more volumes besides this one. I don't know which volume this is. This is probably not the first one. I'm assuming it's probably like number 2, 3, who knows. But I definitely want to get more Savage Avengers. That needs to happen, especially this run. It seemed like it's really fun, and I'm missing out. And that is the what cover is that? I think that's the cover A. Yeah, just cover A. That's all they offered. There's no letter next to it. It's just that cover because low print run getting towards the end. So these books are going to be lower in print. Might be pretty rare. Next, I have Dark Ages number 3. I have the C cover variant by Okazaki. Oh, it's the D variant. For number 3. I love that steampunk old Iron Man thing going on with smoke billowing out of it. That is incredible. As soon as I saw that cover, I knew how to get it. What is up, JD? Is in the chat. Raging Cajun Comics. All these people have channels, by the way. You can go sub them, especially Bat Mike. Everybody go sub Bat Mike. She made her debut last night. Give her tons of subs. That way, maybe she'll want to get back on and do other videos. What is up, JD? I love your. Do you have a show today, JD? Do you have something going on? Uh-oh. Got something going on backstage here. Uh-oh. Dave collects. Yeah. What's up?
What's up? What are you doing?
You're live after last night?
Yeah, I'm still alive. Just woke up a little bit ago, getting up and about. But I saw you were going live. Couldn't miss that. And yeah, dude, cool. You put up the link. I wanted to jump on. That's the exact Dark Ages that I got. That's the one I was lucky enough to
this
get.
Thing is fire,
dude.
So fire.
What is the artist name? It's like Takashiro or something. It's like a Japanese artist. He's badass.
I have to. It's Okazaki. Okazaki is his last name. What it is.
Yeah.
And I don't know his first name, and I don't want to have to pull the book out because they double tape these things at my LCS.
Right.
So it's pain to get it all. I take 2 pieces of tape, stick them together, make them 1 piece of tape, and then put them back on there. Because that's annoying. Great. Don't make me have to undo 2 or 3 pieces of tape just to get my book.
Dude, my LCS is bad about getting variants, and Harry Old Fat Guy and I walked into the shop and we started going through the pile of Dark Age, and there was only one of those, and he grabbed it before somebody else did and gave it to me to buy. I was so stoked because, like I said, I would have ended up with just the main cover, and I really wanted that cover. I mean, I highlighted that.
This is really what got me into this book was when I heard Steampunk Iron Man. I was like, I'm down. I don't even care if the rest of the book's crap. As long as that part's great, I'm happy.
Yeah, definitely.
And then next thing I got. Oh, wait, we got some chat. Oh, actual Dracula's here. And so is Evil's Comics.
Ooh, fuck yeah, bud.
Nicole is also here, of course.
Nicole?
Yeah. There was one of the shops we went to yesterday. He had a section. It was just variants. And it was modern stuff. It was stuff that like all these crazy variants. And he was like a small shop, and he just had a whole section of just newer variants. I was going through it, and they were all like $5, $6, $7, and some of them like I looked through them looking for the hip hop variants that you wanted.
Yeah, nothing. Dude,
No.
It's all good. Those are getting harder and harder to find because of their popularity. Like they are gaining in popularity daily. You know, I'm looking up books that I saw 3 to 6 months ago for like $2, $3 books are now $10 books and $20 books like that. I don't know. That's why I'm hoping. That's why I was stoked that Uzumaki and Nicole were, down to grab my list. Hey, what up, Glenn?
Yeah,
and,
we kept
look
a
for
lookout.
those on the other side of the country.
That was the same shop that I got your gift in. I walked in and I looked up on the wall.
Dude,
And
that's
like
super
as soon
cool,
as we
man.
walked in and we looked up at the wall he had behind the counter, like Nicole and Uzumaki both pointed and was like, "Isn't that the book that Dave wanted?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get it." And they're like, "How much is? Do you know how much it is?" And I was like, "No, but I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it for cheaper than what they want
Dude,
for it." Not,
I hope you didn't pay something crazy outrageous for it.
no, it wasn't that bad.
Okay.
It's got like 3 spine ticks, but they're not even that big of a deal.
That's
You have to
totally
look
cool.
real hard to see them. But it's got a little color of it at the bottom. I paid $20 for it. But I also
Nice.
bundled it with a whole bunch of other really, really, really dope stuff and got it basically,
Right.
yeah. So I basically
That's
ended up
cool,
paying,
man.
I think I paid like $7 for it all in all.
Nice,
Yeah,
dude. The
no,
bundle deal is
Tylox
where
don't
it's
play,
at.
man. Tylox don't play. Oh, no. I go for it. Next is a Deadpool book that's out. The Mike Allred cover, which I'm assuming is why most of the cover is red. That's his shtick, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
His last name's
Yeah,
Allred.
that's super
He
sick.
does a lot of red. The best story I've read out of all the Will Fortescue had one that he drew that looked really amazing, but I don't think the story was all that great on it. Daniel Warren Johnson did one that was phenomenal, where it was Deadpool breaking the fourth wall and telling him how to write a Deadpool story. So it was a story within a story.
I remember you talking about that one night on Spine Ticks. I think
that one's
you were
incredible.
mentioning that, and I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool."
Mm-hmm. This one I don't know yet. I mean, but most of them have been just like, I mean, they're just like 3 or 4 stories. I don't know. This one's kind of thin. I think this might just be 1 or 2, because they're usually like 3 or 4 stories. But
yeah,
I just would have rathered like an ongoing 4-issue miniseries Deadpool side story. Like you could have done Deadpool versus Immortal Hulk, and basically do like when they did the Thor ones and the Wolverine one.
Yeah.
3-issue mini or something like that of like Deadpool just getting smushed by the Hulk a million different ways.
Yep,
Something
that
like
was
cool. I got Spider-Woman. I've never read any Spider-Woman. I've never pulled any Spider-Woman. She's in a few books that I have, but I decided to jump on this. Hey, these covers are incredible. Friggin', as soon as I seen the dinosaur, I was like, down.
Right.
Dinosaurs are she's riding a dinosaur. I mean, I was down.
Let's see.
But I think this is about to end too. So of course I jumped on it. If I like it, I'll go back and get the back issues. It's only issue 17.
I was going to tell you that Savage Avengers, I think that is, I don't know of any other runs of Savage Avengers. Maybe there is one from like a while back.
That's what I may be thinking.
But that Savage Avengers just came out this past like year and a half.
Yeah.
And I know I picked up a copy like of 1 and 2.
Let me look and see. We have the technology. We have the power. Let me see real quick. Just pull up my CLZ.
Right.
Let's see.
What's up, Raging Cajun, Legion of Comics, Sith Wardley, the man, the myth, the legend. Great to see you, bud. Evil Mike.
Oh wow, yeah, we got everybody here. It's nice.
Dude, seriously, I missed a few people jumping in. I couldn't see the chat.
All right, let's see. Savage Avengers. If y'all know the answer, please put it down in the thing. How many runs of Savage Avengers have there been? I think this might be the first one.
I think it's the only one.
Yeah, it is the first one. So yeah, I just have to go get back and get this like 20-something issue run. That's not bad. Yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye out for these because it seems really good. I wish I would have jumped on it sooner. Oh, now we're into DC. All right, I got 4 DC books, and that's it. This is a really short week. I know I'm missing books.
Dude, Raging Cajun, thanks, man. I'll send you my list.
Nightwing 86.
Nice.
This is the what's his name? Jamal Campbell covers. I don't know what's been going like. It was a great Nightwing story, and then all of a sudden it became Nightwing and the Batgirls for like 2 issues. There was this heartless guy who was dead set on getting Nightwing's heart, and then he just dropped off the face of the earth. He just disappeared out of nowhere. Just have no idea where he's going. There's been like no ongoing action talking about, like, he promised he was going to clean up the city and spend all this money to clean up the city, and then the next 2 issues is just him on adventures with the girls. So I don't know.
Nice.
I don't know what the deal with that is. It was really good. The last Tinian Batman.
Yeah,
he's off of it. I wish Jorge would stay on it. I love the art. Jorge Jimenez is incredible artwork. I love it. I really wish he wasn't going anywhere. But who's doing it after this?
I'm not
You
sure.
know?
No, I'm not. I'm not sure who's picking it up from Tinian.
Yep, Marvel Database.
I'm sure somebody in the chat's gonna find it though, or is gonna know. All right, dude. I wish I could stay on longer, but the kids are calling, and we are headed to Reno to look. Dude, I swear, we're going to hit Target and Walmart. We're going to look for I'm going to look for those Hot Wheels that Mike was showing today. Dude,
I knew it. Yeah, that's the way that happens, man.
Game plan for my day.
Mm-hmm. So, all right. Well, I'll see you later, man. Let me know if you find them.
What'd you say? Sorry.
I said, have a good day, man. Let me know if you find them.
Oh, yeah, dude, for sure. I'm glad you threw up the link. I've never jumped on with you before. Usually I'm at work when you're going live on your stuff. So, like,
I like doing it with people now.
I
don't like going solo anymore. It's not fun when you
it's no fun.
Sit there and talk by yourself.
It's no fun without a panel.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, but I hope somebody jumps in with you here. Everybody in the chat, JD from Raging Cajuns, I will
drop the link real quick again.
For sure.
If somebody else wants to jump in, you can go ahead and jump in.
Right. Oh, well, yeah, it's great seeing everybody as always. Sith, I can't wait to catch up with you, man. You hit me up when you're
free. I know, man. We miss it.
I'm jealous of you guys, man. You guys posted that picture of you and Nicole and Uzumaki and Brad at breakfast yesterday for the debut. Dude, like, I saw that in the morning and I was like, oh my God, I'm so jealous right now. Like, these guys are all out picking together. Like, that's super cool.
That was not breakfast, sir. That was lunch at like 1 o'clock. And we ate sushi. Oh my God.
Nice.
We ate so much sushi.
That's awesome, dude. That's sweet, man. Well, I hope you have a great Sunday. For sure. I'll catch up with you soon, Tylox.
All right. Have a good one. What's up,
Uzumaki?
Yeah.
Don't worry. I'll share a picture. If I find those Hot Wheels that Mike was showing, I'm definitely going to share them. Word, Tylox. I'll catch you soon, bro.
All right. Have a good one.
The Mighty Mullet. Catch you soon, bro.
Mighty Mullet. All right. So, yeah, Batman 117, last Tinian. I'm excited for seeing what happens with this next. I'm just burnt on Tinian. He's doing too much stuff, and it's either really, really good or it's boring to me. It's one or the other. It's like a left. There's no middle ground. The last couple of issues have been pretty good. They've been pretty action packed, and he's really good at writing that out. The art's phenomenal. So, Joker number 9 should be called Gordon number 9. This has been mostly Gordon. I'm hoping something happens at the end. Yeah, Evil. So you've done started some shit about buying Hot Wheels now. So yeah, hopefully towards the end we get more. There's like some kind of big Joker reveal. There should be. Why would you do this and just fizzle it out like that? But yeah, I'm excited to see what happens next in the story. The last issue was really brutal. Like, people really didn't give. I don't see people talking about this book a lot anymore, like in a positive, really positive way. But it was really brutal last issue. Hey, yeah, go ahead. So, but yeah, I think I've heard something about he's jumping off of this. Tinian's getting off of this too, and he's giving it to somebody else, and they're gonna finish writing it. Like we're 9 issues into 12 issue arc. So somebody else is writing last 2 or 3 issues. I don't know. It's unusual. But and Gillian March is no longer is not doing the art in this one. Let's see what we got here. As far as the cover, I don't even know what it is. Oh yeah, it's the Gillian March cover A, but somebody else is doing the interiors. So I don't know. Books are doing weird stuff. People are jumping on and off miniseries and stuff. What's up, Evil?
What's up, buddy?
Not much.
He's not hopping off a Joker. He's finishing the 12 issue run, and then
Okay.
yeah,
I
it's
heard something
because
about it. I was like, why would you jump off now? You're 9 issues into a 12 issue run.
no,
Just
it's because originally when they made it to like the third issue, they changed it from 12 issues to an ongoing. Once they start the ongoing part, that's when he's hopping off. So he's finishing the 12 issues. It was already written and done. Like a lot of these stuff, you gotta remember like that DC does that DC first digital. So a lot of this stuff is already like complete and done in digital form. Like
yeah.
that's like the Kiss Kiss Bang Bang or the Kiss Bang Kill tour that all 12-inch issues are already out. Like the King Shark one that's already out. Like the I Am Batman that's already been out. Like, I mean, you could read ahead, like the whole series, but a lot of that, like, so that's what I was saying. Batman, I mean, Tinya's not done with Batman. He's just done with mainline Batman. He's still got
Okay.
DC versus vampire. I mean, DC versus vampires that he's writing, and he just started
Oh
that.
yeah, there's that. Yep, that just started. So I
He's
mean,
got
yeah, it's when I
his,
heard somebody mention that, I was like, it doesn't make any sense why he would just. But I didn't know they made it ongoing.
and I think, if I'm not mistaken, I forget who it is, but the next writer they're picking up for Batman, he's somebody that's already been. I think he's written for Batman before, and he was another good writer. He was just somebody that wasn't main continuity because they've had so many writers for Batman. But
I think Dave is answering our question.
Mikalo, I could do that all day long. I just woke up though. You got to give me a little time to
Oh my
wake up,
god!
and get that energy going.
All right, next in my pool, I got Static Shock number 4, 4 of 6, I believe it is 4 or 5.
Yeah,
No, 4 or
hmm
6, 4 or 6.
I think
And
it's
I'm assuming since it says season 1, that means if it, there'll possibly be a season 2. I'm enjoying it. It's a good book. It's a fun read. It's young superhero stuff, and it's like he's like the whole Peter Parker thing going on. Teenager dealing with real life and trying to superhero. Um, it's good art. It's a fun story. I've been enjoying it. It took like a break for like 2 months though, or something like that. Like it just dropped off. Like I thought it was supposed to come out every month, and apparently it took like a month or 2 break, and
all
then
their
uh,
all the Milestone. They kept pushing them back. I don't know the reasoning. It was a lot of DC comics, but Milestone for some reason got affected, like Icon and Rocket Hardware and
yeah,
Static. Because I've been Icon and Rocket and Static. I've been enjoying because I'm new to the Milestone. I missed out when they first
yeah.
dropped back.
First, yeah, I didn't know anything yet.
I knew about Static Shock from the cartoon, but not enough. I wasn't like into him enough where I was like, "Ooh, let me go pick up his comic and stuff." But like now that they've added him to like main DC continuity, I was like, "Okay, I'll start." And they're doing season 1, so I was like, "I'll hop on that." And I mean, surprisingly, I've liked it. It's been good. The art and the story and Static has been good. Icon and Rocket, I'd say, is the better read, though. Man, it's by far the better read. Like if I don't hear anybody reading Icon and Rocket, but in my opinion, that's one of DC's better titles right now.
I've been enjoying Static, and it just it just slammed on brakes. I was like, what happened? Last issue, Norse mythology. This is ending. I need to go back and get volume 1. Try to track those down. Which I don't think will be too difficult. I don't think they're too pricey or too
I
rare.
find, I find them in the dollar bins a lot, like that the first part and the second part. I always meant because I love the covers, but I mean, I like the fact that it was just like retold like Norse mythology. That's why I passed on it. But yeah, I think you're the only person I know that was reading it.
Rude, Rudy. Yeah, I've seen a few people read it. A lot of people started reading it like issue 1 and 2, and then they of course, dropped off. And then now they're like, yeah, it's great. I'm kind of sad to see it end, but at the same time, you don't want it to go on too long and get stale, get boring. You know.
Yeah, but it was just 4 issues, right?
6.
6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the first volume, 6 issues too. So I need to go back and get those. Gun Honey, number 3. Is it 3? Yeah, 3. Yeah, I really can't wait to read this. I'm really liking. I got this cover because Cat.
Did you read the second one?
Yeah, I read the second one. Second
You
one's
get any
great.
better? Yeah.
The art seemed kind of weird though. It seemed like it was worse than the first issue, even though it was the same artist. So
That's why.
it was kind of like it was a little different or something. I don't know, but the story is pretty great. I mean, I'm liking it. It kind of reminds me of those shows I used to watch. Used to be on when I was a kid. Like USA had a whole bunch of them on. They were like La Femme Nikita and stuff like that, or barbed wire or that kind of thing going on.
That's
Like,
kind of why I didn't continue with it, because right now I was reading like Jennifer Blood. I was reading that
yeah,
one. I was reading, and they're all like the same kind of book. And like I got to the second issue and I was like, man, these are all like exactly the same. And it's like I was like, man, it's not bad. I mean, even the first one wasn't a bad read. It was decent. I like the covers though, man. They had some good variants for that one.
they have some good covers. I love the
Mm.
covers. And it's like, there's like 5 different covers for each one or something like that. So there's plenty to pick and choose from. You can get it as racy as you want it, or you can get it as tasteful as you want it. I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those North Mythology ones, they had great covers. I think that's what pulled me into the comics. The only thing I would say I didn't like about them is all more like white bordered, comics.
Yeah.
Just find them and they're like hella dirty because they're white. But they do have some great covers, like that one with the big cat and
Oh, the David
like
Mack cover.
I think it was like it's on the North Mythology, the second,
Yeah,
it's in
yeah,
the one.
yeah. I mean, it's the David Mack cover. I got that one. Yeah, with the big cat on it because that looks like one of my cats.
Yeah, yeah.
Next, I got Army of Darkness, 1979, issue number 3. Is this a TMT? I mean, not TMT. Terminator 2 homage looking thing. Wait a minute. Let me click.
I would have to say no, but it kind of does look like it. I mean, usually homages are after like either previous, comic covers or like, the movie like posters. I don't remember a Terminator with that.
I was about to say, like, for some reason I thought this really reminded me of Terminator 2, and so I grabbed it. I picked this one. I can't remember which cover it is. The D cover. They had a bunch of good ones.
Have you been reading those? Have been good?
Yeah, these are really, really good. It's basically Ash meets Warriors. Army of Darkness meets Warriors. It's really good. He gets dropped into 1979 New York City with all the little gang wars that they had going on in like the late 70s, 70s and stuff like that, into the 80s. And like, yeah, so he like gets dropped in the middle of all that. One of the gangs gets a hold of the Necronomicon. They're called the Warlocks.
The
And they
Warlocks.
start using magic to wreck the other gangs. Like they just demolished the baseball gang. They're gone. He magicked the shit out of them. Obliterated them.
The
Like,
Fury.
yeah, it was so bad. So yeah, this is an issue after that. So I can't wait to see what happens. But yeah, Ash literally landed in 1979. He had to fight some of them off because they thought he was like a wizard or something, or like that he was causing all this to go on. So they tried to kill him. And then after that, they realized he was like, he told him, he was like, hey, I'm just here to get the book and stop this from happening. And so now it's him and a bunch of other gang members. Of course, he's getting the chicks. He's looking all heroic, but he's probably gonna bumble his way through actually doing the heroing part. So I'm really excited to read that one. That's probably gonna be one of the first ones I read. I got G.I. Joe number 287. This is the cover B.
Bring that a little closer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks like the play set back in the day, like underground base.
Yeah, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope.
Yeah, I've been loving this stuff, dude. Larry Hama's writing it still, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
classic G.I. Joe. It is like so nostalgic. It's not even funny. It's great. This is the only book that I think I could have probably read when I was a kid that would be written. It's being written the exact same way now. Like, It's not changed.
All these years later, they still fighting Cobra?
Well, they're fighting because Cobra is apparently trying to link up with a whole bunch of like other like anybody who's a terrorist or like a any kind of evildoer. They're trying to absorb them in because their numbers are so dwindled.
You know how they had like the Serpentor faction with the whole like serpents and stuff? Do they ever start other factions, or is it predominantly like Cobra and they just merge other factions?
The last one was a guy who was a terrorist and he lived in the Middle East, but he was a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white guy who had went over to like I don't know, he went over there to fight or something like that and ended up like like blowing stuff up and stuff like that, just going crazy, just losing his shit. And he became some big villain, like because of years later down the road. He had been doing a whole lot of stuff. And, they finally had a head to head with those two, which is funny because he was like, it eventually came to the part, where both sides, like where he was like, I run this show. You guys needed my help. And Cobra's like, deuces, deal with this on your own. You fight all of G.I. Joe by yourself. Piss off. And they just kind of kicked him out of a helicopter and and they like flew off and just left him there. And he got wrecked. I mean, it was him versus like all the rest of G.I. Joe. Some girl, he had cut her arm off or something in previous issues, and she had like a robotic arm. Him and her got into a final battle kind of thing. And yeah, when like she hit him with the arm, it was over. I mean, it's the robotic arm. You get punched with a robotic arm. It's pretty much, yeah. Shattered jaw, ruined day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, need some dental work after that. So I might be about to drop this. King Spawn.
You're not liking it?
It's not bad, but I'm getting like 3 Spawn books right now, and there's a 4th one that's coming out too. Seems like a lot. Yeah, it's called The Scorched. It comes out in December.
Oh yeah.
And I'm getting the Mark Silvestri cover. So if you go like King Spawn, I got the Capullo cover, and then the in between Spawn issue, I got the McFarlane cover, and then the Gunslinger, I got the Brett Booth cover, and then this next one, I'm gonna get the next one, the Scorched or whatever, I'm getting the Mark Silvestri cover. So I have like a whole bunch of different like
artists that are doing the covers.
Yeah, it's like a little set I got going on. I don't know, but this isn't. I mean, the cover art on this is Jason Alexander. It's really good. I've been enjoying the art. Javier Fernandez, incredible art on the inside. It's just a lot of Spawn.
Have all three titles been intermingling, like kind of like Batman and Detective, how they intermingle?
And they're in and out.
Gunslinger
hasn't interacted with any of the other ones.
So it's just a separate side.
Yeah, he's basically trying to get back at whoever he got killed in the late 1800s or something like that, and now he's back alive and he's after the people who killed him. And I was like, shouldn't they be dead? Like he's alive now. Like he's like having to learn. Of course he gets a motorcycle, but he has to learn. You have to put gas in it. And because it just stops running. He rolls into a gas station. He's like, "Well, this thing running?" He's like, "Well, hey, it's out of gas. You have to put gas in it."
Yeah, he didn't get the concept of fuel,
Yeah, and so he's having to learn all these things, but at the same time, go after the guy who killed him because now he's immortal. I don't know. It's good, and Brett Booth's doing the art, so the art's phenomenal. We'll see about the story, but this King Spawn is just him. I think. It has something to do with Haunt. It's supposed to have something to do with Haunt, but they teased that in the first issue, and it's issue 4, and I really don't see nothing going on with that. It's just him setting up things. Matter of fact, I think King Spawn's a villain.
Yeah. That's the way I've heard. Is he supposed to be?
It's really weird because it's like a villain looking to fight another villain. I don't know.
They just did that with DC with the Death Knight Metal series. It was a bunch of villains versus a bunch of villains kind of thing. I mean, they had heroes in there too, but that was like kind of predominantly. And then you can say it was Spider-Man with the whole Sinister War going on, and like Kindred was all behind it, kind of thing. I did like that explanation on why the Sinister War was going on. It was kind of cool. But I mean, they do stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, you gotta always, keep it fresh. And then the last thing I got is Exo Man of War #8. Probably about to drop Exo.
I've never read it.
Art's incredible, but the story I just don't care. Just really don't care. It's just I got Harbinger and I haven't read it yet. The new Harbinger that came out. I gotta read it. And then I got what's the other one that came out that they just re-released?
From like Valiant Comics?
Valiant.
Ninja.
No.
Well, that's like 3 or 4 issues in. I'm trying to think. I mean, damn, that's the only one that I can think that they started was Harbinger.
Mars Comics.
I know they haven't started Faith yet. They're talking about it though. You're talking about her movie. That's why I went out and found her first appearance and stuff. And Harbinger's first appearance back in the day. I never read any. None of it. Like I used to collect.
I finished reading my books from the last pull. So.
Shadow.
It was another Exo Man of War. So I have 2 Exo Man of Wars to read, and I really don't.
Hey, they're saying Shadow Man, and hey, 1904 Comics. They're saying Shadow Man was the other one that they started.
Oh, okay. They're bringing that back out.
Yeah, I did. It's like 3 or 4 issues in, and I heard that one actually got good praise when it came out. Like a lot of people were digging it.
I might look into it.
I've never been. It's not anything against Valiant. It was back that way in the 90s. I used to buy a lot of Valiant, like Turok, and I bought like Magnus Robot Fighter, but like I never read it. I just bought it for the covers. Like they always had like pretty cool covers, but like I don't think I've ever read a Turok. No, I've read like when they relaunched Turok. I think I read like the first 4 or 5 issues, and it was okay. It wasn't bad.
Okay.
That's like Dynamite, dude. I've never read Dynamite until this year, and I've liked almost everything I've read. There's a couple that I didn't like, that Sheena, Queen of the Jungle or whatever. That was just weird. I don't know if you pay. It was like, you talk about the weird. Like, I don't get when they name something a #1, and then like when I picked up the book, I was like, okay, this is a good hopping on point for someone that doesn't know Queen, because she's an ongoing, like a long character. So I was like, ooh, a #1. Let's start. No, they started like in the middle of her fucking like story or something like that, where she's already going through something.
I didn't like the way they started it, because it was my first time jumping on it too. I like the art, and I like the action and jungle action and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Jungle Girl jumping around. So I mean that was cool. But
it was like, why
you right in the middle of this whole like. So you are my most hated villain who I've been fighting for forever. And I was like, you have? I have no idea. Like, how do you know?
Yeah, like, who is that? Like, I don't even know who Sheena is. You gonna
why do I hate her? Make me hate her. You have to tell me why I don't like her.
Which one of the three blonde chicks that you're showing us is Sheena? They're all in lab coats. I was like, what the hell?
We have to just make sure we make it really clear they know which one's the main character. Got it, boss. They're all blonde and they all wear the same thing.
All right. Good job. No, I mean, the other Valiant comics, like I am reading Vampirella, and I never would have guessed Vampirella was good, but I've enjoyed, like, because I'm like, I think I started like 5 issues back, and it's been good like the whole way through. Jennifer Blood, it wasn't bad. It was just like, it was okay. But I'm trying to think what else Dynamite done. It's the Red Sonja. That's been good.
Red
like
Sonja's been doing it forever. And I mean, Red Sonja's, it's Red Sonja. It goes through phases. Sometimes it's really, really good, and sometimes it's damn.
I think it's like that with a lot of the older, like Spider-Man, Batman, Avengers. I mean, they're gonna have their slow parts and stuff like that, and their build-ups and stuff like that.
What's up, a comic book worm? But yeah, so that's my haul. That be it. Oh my God, not bad for a week or 2 weeks, rather.
Yeah.
But like I said, I know I'm missing some stuff. I know I'm missing at least 3 books. I tried to get all. I was supposed to have Avengers the new Avengers number 50, I think, is supposed to be out. It's supposed to be in this, and I got 3 covers because I couldn't figure out which one I wanted. And then I figured out which one I wanted, and I was like, screw it, I'll give one to I was gonna give one to LCS for his prizes.
Yeah, I remember you saying.
It's like square bound $10 book, something like that. So I was like, that'd be nice. And I think I know which cover he's gonna want to pick anyway. But yeah, I didn't get into those.
When I went to the LCS, like I can tell you that story, and it'll keep the show going along a little longer since you're done with the haul. No, I mean I went to because Nicole heard this story, but so I went to the LCS for the first time in like 2 weeks. I don't have that much money to spend, so I really gotta pick and choose what I got. But I had like the 4 comics that I was gonna get. I had a friend roll me over to the comic shop, and we go there, and it's like a 15-minute ride, like there and back and stuff. It wasn't that long. We spent more time in the comic shop. I'd say like 30 minutes, but like I picked up the 3 I showed y'all last night, but I actually had a 4th. I had picked up that Batman 117. That I've stayed at, I've always like, I don't think there's ever been a time I haven't picked up Batman, like Detective and Batman. No, so we're coming back and I'm already making it to my apartment complex, and as soon as we pull into the actual parking lot, literally I got pulled over by a cop, like literally right in front of like my apartment, like literally the parking spot in front of my apartment. And like he pulled us over because we didn't use a blinker as we turned in the parking lot. But the type of street, it's not one of those type of streets that you would really use a blinker. It's multi-lane, and then there's nowhere else to turn there but left. So it was weird that the cop even pulled us over. So my friend's all freaking out. He's like, well, what do we do? I was like, park, we're already here. I was like, I mean, I can get out. My address says I live right here, I mean, and so like
you can kind of just show them your license and be like, I'm home. Like, what do you what do you want from me? I'm here.
Okay, so I got to paint a picture for you because it's Houston and crime rate's pretty bad. But like it was a black officer, and my friend was a black individual, and you got a black and a white guy in the car, and like my friend, like as soon as we get out, he's getting scared because lately it doesn't, it's like you take like a 75% chance you're gonna run into like the cop that had a bad day kind of thing.
Yeah.
So he's all freaking out. So my friend instantly stops the car and he starts to bolt out of the car, like not bolt, like take off, but towards the officer, like, hey, what's wrong? What we do? And we didn't do anything wrong. He was driving good and everything. But it was just that blinker thing. We didn't even realize that the cop was pulling us over the blinker because it's not a thing, No, but so as soon as my friend gets out of the car, he instantly gets considered a threat. I had to go back and tell my friend how lucky he was I didn't get shot because of the situation. Yeah. So instantly both of us go in handcuffs. Like Nicole was on the phone with me at the time, and like all of a sudden I disappeared off the phone for like a good 30-40 minutes because like as soon as my friend got out of the car, he deemed both of us a threat. Like, I'm sitting in the car, he didn't know what was going on, and I don't know how many people know Texas, but we all got guns out here, so he got like 2 individuals that are strapped, so I mean we both got deemed as a threat, so I'm a handcuffs on the car. But I've never even got a ticket or nothing. So I mean, I know that I'm not going anywhere. My friend, everything was legal. All our guns are, they're licensed and everything. We even have a carry license, and so does my friend. It was just the way he bolted out and stuff. And the cop was real cool. The problem is when it was like my friend had mentioned that he had another gun in the car, so the cop went searching. So as he went searching, we had told him that he was like, where y'all coming back from? We were like, the comic book store. And he looked at both of us and he was like, comic book store? Yeah, right. And like, it's funny because he opened the trunk and my friend has a whole bunch of Omnis in the back of his trunk for some apparent reason. They're all like random, like it was like Black Panther and like Spider-Man. He was like, oh, y'all really are in the comics. Like, yeah, like, but it's funny.
Y'all got the whole thing. Like,
yeah. So it's like as he's going through, he's searching the car, and my friend misspoke. Like I think it was like his girlfriend's gun, and he thought she left it in there, so it really wasn't in there. The cop never found anything. But as he was searching, he grabbed my comics, and they were in like a black bag. But he took them out, and as he took them out, it was like the way he handled them. But not only that, all the comics got damaged, like the 4 comics that I spent my money on. But then on top of that, like as he pulled it out, like one of them slipped out of the bag, and I ended up losing the Batman 117. That's why I didn't show it to y'all. I fell right in a puddle of water. I was like, yeah. I was like, damn it. No, but eventually, like in my friend's comics, he got all messed up. He bought like 6 comics, and they were all like past like Fantastic Four issues. Like, and he bought 2 like golden. He didn't spend that much money on them, but like still, you know what I'm saying? But like the
Yeah.
cop was searching, like I guess he didn't realize that the bag was there, but the cop put his knee directly into the comic, so like all his comics had like the dent from the middle and stuff. I was like,
Oh
man,
my God.
like I can show you mine, but mine aren't that bad. But like you can really see on, like I really didn't show them off last night. It kind of sucks because like this one was like it's so independent. It's not exactly easy to get. But I was like, damn. But there's like major like spine ticks, like all the way from like this corner all the way down, like where he specifically like, oh, what are these? And I was like, no, you know. I mean, you can't really say anything. Like after I got back on the
Oh,
phone, they were like, are you gonna file a complaint? I was like, yeah, and like try and get the $5 back for my comment after like paying fees to go to court and file it, you know, yeah, or
yeah,
whatever.
paperwork and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, no. By the time it's over with, just 6 months later, you'll get your money back.
Sucked, but stuff happens. I mean, nothing. I mean, it could have been a lot worse, you know. I mean,
Oh
so
yeah, it could have been a lot worse. Yeah. Oh my God. We didn't have anything we didn't have anything crazy happen yesterday, I don't think. And we were all over the place, man. We were everywhere. Like half the time I don't even think I paid attention to where we were at. Like I literally just got out the car and I was like, comics, and just went.
like raging right here. Frank Miller did that to my Batman Dark Knight 1. What was he, man?
Oh, he manhandled it.
I was thinking
I
about
was
that
about to
too.
say, I don't think he would manhandle it. From what I've heard about Frank Miller, he's real chill and laid back. Like he don't get
Jim Lee
hurt
did that.
or nothing.
Jim Lee did that with mine. You know, he when I brought him those comics and they were on his like band, like he wouldn't sign those comics and he grabbed them and threw them. He was all mad that I brought him to his table and I was like, man, I didn't know you had comics you wouldn't sign. I was like, my bad, bro. I was like, it's got your name on it, you know.
What was
But
it?
it was that it's the Batman All Star. It's because in that I know what it is, like because at the time I hadn't read it, but I brought him the graphic novel and I brought him the first like 2 issues in the series to sign. But at the time, it just happened after like I didn't have any comics, so I went to like a half price bookstore. I was looking for anything Jim Lee, and like so I grabbed whatever I could find, and they had that. It was like the first 2 issues in that graphic novel. So when I took them to him, like supposedly it was on his website or something of a list that he doesn't sign books, but it was because in the specific story, it's what he wrote into the story that Batman's doing. It's like a scene where he kills like a whole like it's like a drug lab and there's a whole bunch of people working in the drug lab and Batman like traps him in there, sets it on fire and blows up the drug lab. But like as
Or
he's
goes
in
all
it,
Daredevil on him?
and that's not bad enough and people are like Batman has a no kill or like okay yeah so anyways like so Batman traps all the thugs in there and he like and okay after he's leaving he goes up on the rooftop and like someone else was like tracking the same crew down and it was Black Canary and like Black Canary ends up meeting at the rooftop and there's this like weird scene where like they kind of like you know she's like oh you know you've been investigating the same crime and he's like yeah it's already been handled because they're all down there burning alive and stuff and then like instead of leaving like there's like a huge scene where they just make out and eventually have sex and then like they get up and like they leave and like it's so random for one, but like that's why he didn't want to be associated with that story.
Yep,
Oh,
I handled it. Zip.
like another like side thing, it was a book that he wrote with Frank Miller though, and so it was that's another reason. It was because like the tie with him and Frank Miller and DC and Frank Miller were bad at that time period. No, but
Yeah.
he did the same thing. He took my comic and he kind of threw it on the ground. I got like a like because everybody was like, oh, you know, in the line and stuff and everything.
He
But
threw
like,
it on the ground?
oh, he kicked me out of line and everything. He kicked me out of the line. He wouldn't sign
What?
my stuff. Like,
Holy
I have that. I have the whole story on my it's on my it's one of the videos like in my comic chats. Like it's one of the like my time with Jim Lee and I have pictures that I show like um But no, like I was in line. I was like the second person in line. Then I was really the first person in line. I waited like 10 hours to get this damn book signed, dude. Jim Lee doesn't come to Houston that often. So I was like, I waited overnight. Like my ex-wife at the time was like bringing me food and stuff in the middle of the night. I waited there. I gave the first person my line to a like older lady that was in line. I felt bad for her and I had a chair, so I gave her the chair. And I was like, I just wanted to get the signing done. And I wanted to make sure, because here in Houston, they have cutoffs still that like 200 people come to the signing and they'll be like, oh, he's got to move on. He's going to another signing. So I didn't want to miss the chance. So that's why I was like, one of the first people there. But like I got up, like the lady got hers signed books, and like I got up there and he was like, oh hell no, I ain't signing that book. I thought everybody knew that I wouldn't sign. I was like, oh damn, man. I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't know. I'm not doing this on purpose. I love your art and your work. And like and like no, he like threw it on the ground. He grabbed it and like threw it on the ground and asked me to leave the line. He did it all like that part. It was like I make it sound a lot ruder than it was. He was professional about it. It wasn't like he was just like, oh my God, like get the fuck out of here. Like, no, it wasn't like all that. But still, he did throw my book on the ground, and like he was with like a kind of a posse, and like at the time, I think it was like one of the editors of DC, and he actually went and picked up my comic, and he was like, nah. What's up, Raging? Yeah, I want to hear this story.
I want to hear the story live.
So yeah, like the editor, and I can't remember who it was, but he went over and picked up my comic, and like he walked over to Jim Lee and like they had some words or something, and then because I was already leaving the store, I was like almost in tears, bro, because like first off, I didn't want to go home like disappointed because I had waited
all this time, go home with nothing.
I had to get approval of my wife at the time of like staying at a comic book shop overnight. I mean, there was a lot of hassle to do this thing. And like, so like, I didn't want to come home empty handed, and like that, but like, as I was walking in the store all hurt and like shit. And like, no, the editor or whatever, he walked over and he was like, no, I talked to Jim. He's going to sign you comics, man. I'm sorry about that. And they even gave me like another print and something else to like kind of make up for it kind of thing. So let's hear this Frank Miller stuff. I want to hear this.
Luckily, I haven't done a lot of cons and I haven't got a lot of things signed, but I haven't had anybody like, flip out or anything.
So let's hear it, Ray.
I want to go, Travis.
I've kind of heard iffy stuff about Frank Miller.
I went to a Frank Miller, Chris Claremont signing in Torpedo in Las Vegas. And it was like, I got into the CGC signings, and that was my first time meeting Frank. So I just went down there and I was like, oh shoot, get to see Frank, dude. I read his stuff when I was a kid. I was all pumped. And I get there and I'm all, how you doing, Mr. Miller? Hand him the Dark Knight. And him and Chris Claremont were just talking. And he grabbed the book and just opened it up. And he was like, oh, you got to see this page. And I'm like, oh, dude, come on. And he was holding the spine and he was just moving it. He's all, this book right here is one of my favorite books. And I'm like, come on, dude. And he looked at me. He's all, what happened? I go, can you hold the book a little bit nicer, please? You're doing it like it's a trade paperback. It's not a trade.
Yeah.
Like, oh. And then he ended up signing it, but he like smeared it. Like he just signed it and smeared it. And he goes, oh, there you go. And I was like, oh, man. So he like totally jacked it up, and he was just still talking to Chris. And he wasn't giving people the time of day. And I looked up to him. Chris Claremont talked to me, and that's why I love to meet him every time. But Frank Miller, yeah, my friends always hear it. He's like, I'll never go get a signature for him. Yeah, but
I can't believe he would do something like that. How long ago was this? What's the time age, right? Because I know you're around my age.
This is through because the pandemic. I lost the years, man. It's probably 4 years ago, maybe 5.
Okay, so recently.
Yeah, just recently. I know. I hear different stories about different people. Maybe they just had a bad day.
That even makes it worse because, like, bro, like I can understand if this is like early age Frank and he didn't. But dude, you've been doing comics for how many years, and that's the way you're gonna treat a book? Like, come on, man.
But it was a 9.6. Because I bought it graded. I had a beat up one when I read when I was a kid. So I was like, I should have got the beat up one signed and just would have been happy with that. But I was like, at the grading period, like for a year and a half, 2 years, I stopped collecting for like 10 years and I got that bug. Oh, yeah, let me get some signatures because, we might not have these guys anymore. And I'm back to all books, but I got a couple of graded books, and I think I'm out of it.
What's up, sleeping?
Sleeping, what's up? But that's my little story. But I haven't been on the show, brother, so I just wanted to jump on and say what's up to you guys.
That's a cool little story, man. I love stories like that because everybody paints like all these famous to be able to be like so nice or whatever. Most of them are. I've met a lot of good guys.
Yeah, everybody has their days.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I've had like one occasion where I got to talk to Doug Hazelwood for like a whole day because nobody was like, he was at the small convention. And I mean, you're talking about somebody that wrote and drew Flash for like 20 years and stuff. Like, man, I mean, and all the stories he had, and it was just like, at one end of the spectrum, it was almost like a pathetic thing because nobody was talking to him. But I was like, man, I was like, it was like kid in a candy store kind of thing. I was just sitting there like, yeah, keep talking, bro. Yeah, what time you stay in here till like 10? I'll be here all day, man. Like, it was just really cool, you know, to find people like, because a lot of them are just like regular people, and it's like, you know, if you approach them like that, you do have like a much better, you know, occasion with that person. But like, I have had some, I mean, sometimes it's really hard to not go like fanatic freaked out, you know, because like meeting Jim Lee, I was already a little nervous. He is really like a you know, an idol of mine kind of thing. So it was like, you know, you kind of clam up a little bit and you don't want to come off weird, and you're like, I love you, but don't be, you know, no homo, but you know.
Yeah.
You know, it's stuff like that, you know, so it's hard. I've met a lot of like smaller, that's kind of like my like is meeting the smaller ones because it's not so like extra, you know, the big stardom's not there. You don't have to worry about pissing them off or saying the wrong thing kind of thing. Because that does like meeting Frank Chow and like meeting him recently, it was very sterile. Like there wasn't a lot of conversation, you know. I mean, all he asked was like, "Hey, what do you do for a living?" You know, and it was like it's such a like, yeah, I mean, open-ended, weird kind of question to, you know, when you meet a fan, like, you know, I don't know. Yeah, but I think that's really cool. I don't know.
Yeah, especially when you meet them and they chat up. Chris Claremont will talk your ear off, and who else did it? Neil Adams. That guy gives you trivia every time. I met him twice, and he'll just talk to you, and he's all, you know, why I did this cover, and you'll have the book, but I think he gets the part where, you know, we're collectors and fans, like at the same part.
Oh,
but
who'd you say, Neil Adams?
Yes.
Yeah, I met him at SC Comic Con. I literally went to the con just for one day, just paid to get in for one day, just because Neil was there and I wanted to meet him. And so I walked up to his table and there was nobody there. And I was like, is everybody out of their minds? There should be a line around the block.
Yeah.
And so I stood there and we ended up talking for an hour. Like just about like he would ask me questions and then I would answer them. And then he would give like a similar life experience kind of thing. And we did that for like an hour. He probably doesn't know what my name is to this day. And we stood around and talked about like our childhoods and like we BS'd around about characters. He's done this a lot with a few other people. I think it's a thing he does just to see if anybody ever answers it right. He asked me what was his favorite character. What did I think his favorite character to draw was? And I was like, and I knew I'd seen an interview before where he'd said that. And I was like, oh, I know the answer. It's Batman, because you get to draw two characters, Batman and his cape. Because his cape is a separate character. Yeah. It has a mind of its own. It does its own thing. And he was just like, oh my God, I was like, I've seen you do this. And yeah, like, is this the thing you ask? He was like, I ask everybody just to see what their answer is. And some people give me that answer and some people are just like, no. And then I have to like go through the whole spiel. Yeah, and so, yeah, Neil Adams is like somebody I've never heard anybody. He'll give you shit, but like it's in a playful way. It's like I've been friends with you for like 10, 15 years. Like, so.
He's always come off to me as a people person in general. He's kind of like Stan. Stan always did really good with, you know, people. And then there was other people that kind of stayed in the shadow on purpose. I think it was like that, you know, they didn't deal well with people. But Neil, and I mean, you see him, he goes live all the time. Like it's kind of one of those things. He's one of those people you can't shut up. No, but for good reason. I love Neil Adams. Like, for one, it's art. Come on, like, I mean, that's just being a DC person alone. He's a huge part of like some of like everybody's like favorite covers. Come on, that I mean, if I named off a bunch of my grails, I think a bunch of his art are included in those. But like, every story I've ever heard off of Neil Adams is he's just very friendly, warm, welcome. He's just one of those people that I think really appreciates us. He understands that that we are his family. I mean, it's more like family, I guess you can say. They understand. It's not the other thing like you're making me rich. It's like no, you care about my art or my stories or stuff like that. Versus kind of thing. And I like that when you meet those type of people.
Yeah, it's really like, his thing is he loves his art. He loves doing art. And if you love his art, then he feels like, he owes you at least a decent conversation or something like that. And he does that with everybody.
Yeah,
I've never heard anybody saying they had a bad Neil experience.
Hey, Master.
Did you hear did he sorry, Mike. Did he talk your ear out about his Robin design? That was cracking me up.
He has these conversations like they're preset conversations in his head, and he just cycle through. But he enjoys everybody's different answers to the same freaking question. Like it's just like he's like, dang, people really are completely different. All of them, they all have different answers no matter what I ask them. Like so, yeah.
His Robin story, like that he tells at like cons and stuff, it like made it into Batman. That's how like they actually added that into like the whole explanation on like why Bruce had created like Dick's costume in that fashion, and it's all based on like Neil Adams' real conversation in real life that he was having fans like, why did you make him look like that? Like, and it's his. I think it's just. It might not be his real original true answer. I think it's an amalgamation of all the different cons and stuff of the different answers that people have come up with. I'd like the explanation I know it's from Neil Adams, but the explanation behind his suit.
Oh yeah, definitely. It adds to it, and you know what? I hear the backstory to it, so I even like it even more. That's why when he explains everything, my eyes are open. And I'm like watching a TV show here, and I'm just absorbing everything he tells me.
It might be a generational thing too, because I ran into Alan Bellman, who was like one of the original Captain America artists back in the 50s. Like he did Golden Age Cap with Stan. Like he knew Stan. Like they worked together on a daily basis for a while. I think it was like 8 months or something like that he worked on it. And there was nobody at his table. Nobody knew. He was 70 something years old. Nobody knew. And I was like, and I walked up to the table, I looked down, I see all this Captain America, and I was like, when did you work on Captain America? And he was like, oh, in 1950 something. And I was like, what? Oh God. Like, cause I looked down and I was like, I've never seen any of this Cap. When did he, I've never heard of him. Like Silver Age, I should know who he is. Jack Kirby did Cap in, Silver Age, and Steranko and like all these other names I know. Who is this guy? And me and him talked for like an hour. Like he literally just, it was like, he was like, you don't know who I am. So I might as well just like make a friend. And like, we just talked for like an hour about anything and everything. Like it was, how the comic business, writing and drawing comics, how it worked in the 50s versus how it works now. He was like, back then you lived in New York, or you lived near where you worked because you had to send pages in. There was no fax. There was no, courier services were really expensive. You didn't do all that stuff. You mailed that crap, or you just worked there and you just turned it in every day. That's it. So you only had two options. And he was like, that's why everybody lived where they lived. And, it's crazy.
I'm bad with names. Y'all recognize what Mastodon said? He's like Howard, and I don't know how to pronounce it. Shaken is another great conversationalist, or Bellman was a class act too. Do y'all recognize him?
Howard Shaken.
Huh. Yeah, I'm not familiar with Howard.
Howard Shaken, I know, worked on X-Men.
Oh, so I might know him. See, that's the thing. I hear so many names, and I just know, I mean, it takes a long time to get me associated. Like, this is that person with that art, or this person with that story. I know, like, 80s and 90s, I was not paying attention to who was writing it. I think it was Jim Lee. Jim Lee was like the first person that, like, I was just buying so much Jim Lee back in the, that X-Men 90s that I just started realizing that, hey, this is Jim Lee's art, and I think from there it led, I started realizing like Todd was drawing Spider-Man, and So I mean, at that time, I think those are like the first couple people, because like, honestly, to this day, I don't, there's certain artists that people can easily associate. Oh, that's a Dicko, or I mean, Jim Lee, I can pick out of anything. Todd, I can. Certain ones, they have that exact style and they haven't changed, or either that or it's modified a little bit over the years. Todd has gotten very precise, but I think now it's just because he does more like on the digital scale. I don't recognize those two guys though.
Yeah,
Bellman, that was the guy I was talking about, who was the artist. He was Captain America artist. Yeah, he was really cool, and I think that might be a generational thing. Like maybe I haven't met a lot of newer artists. So I mean, I met, who was it who was working on New 52 Flash? The writer and the artist just both happened to be at SC Comic Con one year, and I met both of them. Vendetti and Jensen. They still do stuff here and there nowadays. But yeah, they were really nice. They had an issue where it was an homage to the Flash cover, where the Silver Age Flash and the Golden Age Flash were running next to each other. And the variant cover of it, and I gave it to both of them, and they were like, "Oh my god, this is so good!" And I was like, "It is. I had to get this one. I know it's the B cover, but I had to get it. Like, I mean, it's just too good to pass up."
I met Todd McFarlane once, and I had a great experience with him. He actually explained his Spider-Man book, because I had the 301 and the 300, and I forget if I had the 316. And he was telling me, like, he picked up the comic, and he was like, "Well, here's a little giveaway right here. It has this many spiders, and I drew them in the book."
Oh yeah,
yeah. I go, "Oh yeah, I didn't know that." And he was like, started talking about it. And he's like, "Yeah, I did that on my run." He's like, "If you see like 3 spiders, there's 3 spiders in the picture." I was like, "Oh, okay." So my experience with Todd was good. Like, he was a real laid back person, and so was Silvestri, Mark.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard they're both laid. Yeah, I heard Silvestri's real laid back too. I want him and Jim Lee to both sign my Deathmate Black that I have, first Gen 13, but they did art on it. And
I actually have one signed. And
yeah, I can't wait to hand it to him and just be like, "Oh my god, you made this book? Where'd you find this?"
I've met some like new artists. I met Frank Chow. He was the one that came here recently. I've met like, I'm drawing a blank at her name. She goes by Devon Art on Instagram. Damn, I'm trying to think. I got a Vampirella like. Stop Circum. No, but I haven't met two. I've met more like writers and stuff. I met Brett Peebles, and he did a lot of like DC. I've met like Mark Masquez. But he was doing like the Batman Who Laughs and stuff like that during that run. I've met more DC, but we don't get a lot of like because we have the one Comic Con here in Houston, as large as Houston is. We get like the one, and we have a bunch of like smaller ones, but like even for our big one, I think our like headliner guy was like Donnie Cates or something like that, and then it was like a whole bunch of like, I mean, I think that was like the one interesting thing that I can remember him was just Donnie, and that was it.
Nice. But shout out to Batmite. Follow Fat Collectibles. I know she's in California with me. Neil Adams is a friend with the owner, so he goes there a lot. If you ever want to see him besides San Diego Comic-Con, just follow their page. So
yeah, I heard meeting him at shops.
Yeah, he's there all the time. Yeah, I think they're family related or something, and he goes there more than normal. Like Rob Liefeld will go to TNT in Tustin because they know they're family friends or something. So that's another thing.
A bunch of us in the community, man. That's like LCS Brian and Jerry the Jitterbug, and a couple of live in that quadrant in New York up there. They all go to the same shop, and that's where Scott Snyder, and that's his base operations, and he's always in there. Like I know, like in Cali, man, I think there's like Batmite was saying that like Neil Adams is always at San Diego Comic-Con, like because I think he lives in San Diego. I think he's in the hills. Like I'm trying to think. I mean, it's just like, depending on where you are, you might get real lucky and have somebody, like from that area. I think the one that it's the girl. I'd have to go look at her name, but she's from here, and that's why I've met her a couple times. She did the Vampirella cover.
Oh, nice.
Damn, I'm drawing a name.
Yeah, Jim Lee's over here too, because he does free signings when his daughter does like Girl Scout cookies. So if you buy a Girl Scout cookie, he lives more towards Burbank area.
Oh, okay. Because you're in California too?
Yeah, he's in California. I live in California.
Yeah,
Yeah. He did a Girl Scout signing. So you bought Girl Scout cookies and he will sign 2 books.
Oh, I remember seeing that. Yeah, I remember seeing that post. Yeah.
You pulled a ticket and the first 100 or first 200.
You know how genius that is? I would hope your kids sell like 1,000,000 boxes.
Yeah, dude, it was
okay. It's not Jim, it's his wife. If you really follow Jim, like Jim, he's gotten so busy. Like now his wife kind of like guides him and stuff. So a lot of his like signings and stuff, he'll post on his Instagram or stuff, but it was like that. Like he had posted on there, he was like, come by my daughter's like Girl Scout cookies and you might get an R print or something like that, and he did it for like 3 or 4 hours. He does that quite often where he'll do stuff. I do know that, like he does stuff like that. Todd, if you happen to live in Canada, man, I hope TM or somebody up there, like Neighbor of the North, is close to where the Todd father is. But I heard he does a lot of stuff like that, like in the area that he's in. He kind of like he'll go post up at the mall and just sit there and talk with fans and stuff like that. And he'll draw and stuff like that too.
I've heard a few YouTubers say that Mark Bagley, where he lives, he goes to his shop all the time just to go to his shop, just to buy books and get new books and stuff. Like he has a pull, and he'll show up and like he's never turned down an autograph for anybody, even though he'll be standing there talking to the owner, and while he's doing that, he's got a marker, and people are just handing him books, and he's just signing them and handing them back to people. Or like, if somebody wants to talk to him, he'll stand there and talk with you for a minute. Like I've heard ridiculous stories. Like there's like 1,000,000 signed ASM 361s everywhere because he just stands there at his shop, and he said he's literally stood there at the counter and watched the owner put out one. Somebody would buy it. He would sign it. The owner would put out another one. They would buy it. He would sign it. He did that for like 4 hours one day. It was like a revolving door. Nice. And he was just like, do you realize you just sold like 15 ASM 361s for me in like 4 hours? You just like, I'm going to go on vacation for a week.
I was trying to think who I have here. I do have somebody that's big in our kind of, but I wouldn't really say comic book, but he does signings all the effing time.
True, that's incredible. Bueller had Todd's wife for a teacher in high school. If that's true, that's incredible.
And Wanda, I've actually talking to a bunch. She's very like his wife, Todd. If you actually reach out to, she's actually like, if you ever want to talk to Todd McFarlane, reach out to Wanda McFarlane because she'll actually write you back and stuff, and it's not like a robot. And like but if you think about how to get around, but no, Wanda is really she's another person that's like big with Todd's life and stuff like that. No, but I got the Green Ranger over here. What's his name? JFG. Yes, and he is always over here at shops signing, and like I think a couple of years back, he wasn't doing this originally because he moved here recently. I mean, he lives kind of right around the corner from me. He lives in a gated community. I mean, you can't just go over there and like see him, but he lives near this area where I live in Houston. But like I think it was like maybe 3 or 4 years ago, something like that. It's been recent where he's trying to get more into the comic book community. So he's been just showing up at like shops, like, like signing anything that people brings and stuff. And he like posts up for a couple hours. You'll see him like on his Facebook feed and he's like, hey, I'm going to this shop. I'm going to that shop. And he doesn't charge anything. He's just kind of, post up and
he was just in Greenville. He was just in Greenville. He did a signing, and I think he went to like Mark from Legion of Comics, met him at his shop like a couple days. Like he's been on this little loop. The thing that turned me off about it was I read I seen the post from the store he was going to be at on Instagram, and it said, here are the rules. You have to have your mask on when you leave your car. Once you leave your car, you have to keep your mask on the whole time. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. Why not? Whoever, whatever it makes you feel better. I know the shop doesn't care because Free Comic Book Day, tons of people were there and they weren't, if you wanted to, yes, it was encouraged to, but they weren't going to make you, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then they said, you can't take your mask off until you return back to your car. And I'm like, wait, so if I leave the shop and I'm halfway to my car and I take my mask off, what are you going to do? Rush me? That'd be a bad idea. Like,
well, I mean, the only thing I can.
why did you word it that way? Like, if it was like just leave the shop, then you can take it off. That's fine. I know there'll be people right there at the door because they were expecting
A whole bunch of people
a crowd. So there's people probably hanging around and stuff like that. But like, if I'm halfway to my car and I take it off, it's not gonna do anything to Jason David Frank in the store. And
they're watching you walk all the way to your car. Hey, you got your leave your mask on, man. You're not in your car yet. Get in your car. No.
Yeah, I told a buddy of mine that, and he's vaccinated, and he was like, "What are they gonna do? Rush you?" I was like, "Yeah, that'd be an interesting evening."
Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
That's like Rob.
What happened, officer? I just got to my car, and then somebody grabbed me from behind.
Be like, get in your car, put it back on. You're not in your car yet.
Oh,
no, like Rob Liefeld's another guy in the community that's always giving and showing up in signings. I've seen him he's been very.
Still, it's 2 p.m. here. It's not early. I didn't wake up till almost
here. It's 1 o'clock.
Yeah,
I don't know how you guys do it, dude.
But I was just like, yeah, that kind of threw the whole thing off. But at the same time, I didn't know what I could even I was like, what am I gonna get him to sign? Like, I'm sure he probably has stuff up there, like pictures and stuff like that. But like,
they always do.
Not like I can get, like, maybe I can find he probably got Green Ranger pops or White Ranger pops or something like that. He probably could have signed and stuff. I was just like, what would I want from Jason David Frank? Plus, he's always around. I swear, he used to live in Atlanta or something like that because he was always in Georgia at shops and he was always in South Carolina at shops, in North Carolina, like that little Atlanta, Greenville, Charlotte. He would just hop, skip, and jump all the time. So I don't know.
Yeah, he's kind of like that, he's kind of one of those people like, hey, I'll get it. I see me. I was like that generation right before that. I watched Power Rangers. I didn't mind it. I'm a big Godzilla fan, so I mean, Power Rangers kind of knocks off that mark on my list with the campy, Megazord fights and stuff. It reminds me of the Godzilla man in a suit fights, but I don't know. My brother was a huge Power Ranger fan, but I was already a teenager when Power Rangers were coming out. So I mean, I wasn't. It was Saved by the Bell mixed with Godzilla, and I was like, yeah. So well, I mean, I like both those properties, but me as a teenager, that's not what I was watching after school kind of thing. Now at Batman the Animated Series, yeah, I was all about that. I mean. But now Power Rangers kind of and I have nothing against Power Rangers. I mean, I've loved, surprisingly, I never thought Power Rangers was going to be this big. I thought maybe it was going to be one of those things that died out a couple of years after it started. I mean, look at it. That's like Digimon and Pokemon, I kind of knew it was big from the start. But Digimon, I mean, you talk about putting up a fight,
See, Power Rangers reminds me of Voltron.
Travis he's like, you talking about Digimon?
Dude, I remember Beetleborgs. That's how deep I was into it. I remember that. I think they only did one season of that show, and it was done. I tried to watch it a few years ago. I pulled it up on YouTube and tried to watch an episode, and I was like, why did I watch this? This is so bad.
It was bad.
This is I love this show as a kid. It's so bad.
There's too many of those like that when you go back and watch your shows.
I literally ended up taking karate as a kid because my parents, every day after school, I would come home to my grandparents' house or go to my house and I would watch Power Rangers, and I'd be doing karate in the living room. And they're like, well, if he's going to do it, let's at least let him do it for real. Let's let him. So they signed me up for, a class, and I took it for 3-4 years. So, I mean, it was a thing. It really, and a bunch of kids I know in school did the same thing around the same time. So I kind of think there was this huge boom in the 90s where all those kids were like, I watch Power Rangers and Karate Kid and I want to learn how to do this stuff. And everybody's just like, oh my God. They all just came from movies and TV shows. What happened? What is going on out here? Is this the 70s boom all over again with Bruce Lee and all his movies, the 150,000 movies he made, and the stuff that came up with Crouching Tiger. Oh my God.
That's good stuff.
So good.
So what are you guys doing later on today?
I'm doing my second episode of Hot Takes. We're talking about the price of comics. If a story was fantastic and the art was incredible, how much are you comfortable paying for a comic book? Because there's like this weird, like I always thought it was weird. Like there's one group of people who would be like, you know, who are always like, I don't like paying this much for books. But then at the same time, I'm like, well, I mean, then there's some people who are like, I don't care as long as the story and the art's good. Then I'll pay $5 a book as long as the artist is, or what are you comfortable paying knowing that the artist is going to get a cut or whether he just gets a check? Like with the big two, he just gets a check for being there that month. He's just an employee like everybody else. But if it's creator owned, he gets a cut. So would you pay more for indie books than you would for Marvel and DC books? Because they're just cutting a check and clocking in and clocking out.
You're talking about like this is a bigger conversation than you're making out to seem, because for me there's got to be a lot of check marks for that to qualify. Because one, I'll bring up some valid points like, okay, Marvel and DC you got advertisements, indies you don't, and there's that difference. That's why is because they're all like creator owned and stuff. They're not backed by like a, yeah, I mean, yeah, they're backed by Image, but not really. They still have most of them like Iger and you know, some of those other books they had to fund themselves, like and that's why that's kind of why like a lot of people don't know, but that's why Geiger's been being broken out into the way it was, is because he had to personally, like Gary Frank and Jeff Johns or whatever, they had to come out of pocket for that. But like and I do know it's a bunch of that other books. That's why I've been vocal about the Never Never book, because they already have it fully funded. They just, Heavy Metal's not, they're more worried about is it popular enough to keep printing kind of thing. But I mean, like, okay, like indies, if they got more expensive, you know, it depends on if would they stay advertisement free, you know, would they still remain the size they are? Would it be the same quality of paper? I mean, because there's a lot of different, I mean, Marvel and DC, you know, just paper wise, I mean, like every indie, I could pull like this God Killer out and the paper is definitely better than Marvel. And I'm not saying anything against Marvel.
$2.99 and it's cardstock.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean,
let's see, this is Marvel, and I can see it's toilet paper.
You know, and it's like a lot of people complain about the whole like.
This is so thin that I'm afraid to read it. Like I would rather just read it digitally. That way I don't have to, you know, damage
some of the books, it's like they print on. I don't get it because like if you bought Amazing Fantasy, they're all printed on like nice cardstock paper kind of, and then you get like I bought like Inferno, and that one's painted on. It's printed on that like rice paper stuff. So I don't know. I don't know why they do that at Marvel. Like DC, I mean, they do have to do two different paper types that you can buy from, but it's usually like the regular print and then the cardstock. I mean,
cardstock's $1 more.
Yeah. But yeah, I like that option. I like, to me that's the better way is they give you the option. Hey, you could buy the cheaper one with the A cover, you know, or you could pay the $1 more and get the cardstock with the variant cover or something like that. I kind of like that option because they're giving you the option. They're not forcing you to pay the $1 more. I know everybody's big complaint with DC was the $1 more when they added the side stories, but like I think back in the beginning, I wasn't a big fan of that, but honestly, I've loved all the side stories. So I feel like $1 more for getting like that much more comic. I was like, yeah, I'm cool with that. I don't know. It's hard to say. For me, anything over $1 is too expensive. You know what I'm saying? No, but
that's the thing is like there's this whole group of like you know, people who are like, I remember when they were $1, dude. If they were $1 back when I was a kid, dude, I hustled when I was a kid, man. Like like now everything costs so much that even if you hustle as a kid, you hustle up $20 a week, you're only gonna get 4 comics, you know, or something like that. Like it's not like I hustled up $10 this week, I can go get 10 books. Like, man, I wish I would have jumped on when I was younger because I never had that. When I first started buying comics, they were $2.99, $3.99, and then they started being here and there like $4.99, $5.99 for like annuals. And now they're just it's the same thing. It depends.
Yeah,
it depends on what it does.
Yeah, spending that much, it's kind of hard now. Back then when we collected, it was like $1, what you were saying earlier. But now you have 4 or 5, and when you get those books for $10, that's a lot of money for one week. And if you add, you know, times 4, you're spending over, you know,
that's what kills me. People are like, oh, well, they come out bi-weekly or once a month and stuff, but they forget if, like me, I'm reading like maybe 70 or 80 ongoing stories at one time. It's not just like, and even if like, bro, I used to do just Batman. And like at first I was just doing Batman and Detective, but like that's like somebody really reading Batman that wants to know the whole story. You can't just read those two. There's like 8 or 9 books that you got to pick up like every week that come out. And it's like, bro, give us a break. Like just maybe like a 2 week thing where I come back to Batman, or maybe like once a month when I come back, but it's like, to me, that's the overkill. Like, especially right now, like I wanted to get back into Spider-Man. I've loved Spider-Man my whole life. I'm major into comics right now, and like I was like, heck yeah, I'm gonna get on Spider-Man. I love that boy. So I mean, like getting into Spider-Man right now, first off, is the worst time. But I mean, just coming from and I'm not talking mess about any writer and like that. It's not as bad as people make it out to. It was, but it was bad. It was decent. It wasn't as far as like Spider-Man is supposed to be spectacular and amazing, and it definitely wasn't that, right? It was like okay, so like now what y'all are getting with Spider-Man, they should be fixing it, right? Y'all got 80 like 5 issues of trash, and like, come on, let's get in. And now y'all are getting like what, 3 or 4 issues a month, like. And I haven't heard too many good. I've heard, because I've read like the last 3 issues, and to me they've been okay. I'm not a big fan that they're switching over to Ben Riley, but I mean, to me, Ben Riley was never. I mean, it wasn't as bad. Like that's like you hate the Clone Wars and stuff, but I mean, like to me, it was just it wasn't that greatest of a story, but it wasn't that bad. But like,
fuck Ben Riley. He's a nutty ass bitch. He was never as good as Peter Parker. He will never.
You can't get mad at stereotypes from a generation.
It is sad. It is,
like, come on, we have clones. Clones were everywhere. Clones were.
Say something mean and he'd take it to heart. Like.
It was like as soon as the general.
I had a comic journey moment for a minute. I just had to let it out. Stop. Okay.
Oh man, y'all got like with Spider-Man right now. I feel bad for you, like especially Dave. Dave is a huge Spider-Man fan, and it's not just Dave; it's him and his kids, and I mean, and Dave's still hanging in there, which I pride him on that, man. That for me, that'd be a hard sell. I would have read those first 2, and I did, and I was like, no, I mean, like with the Beyond Corporation, who cares? Like, why are you back? Like, why are you not getting back to what was happening?
I won't be on my full list until you give me an okay on that. I'm not going to touch Spider-Man until one of you guys tell me it's getting better.
Okay, so that's another part of it. Like right now, even though we're in this digital age and we're talking to each other every day, there's comic books news. I mean, most everybody knows about every books, because we're all kind of like, hey, these are the books I'm into. Hey, look at this weird America Gothica book I found, like we're letting people know about like even the indie stuff we're fighting. So like, okay, in this day and age, like that's kind of what's leading me to stories. Like I'm a huge Star Wars fan, but I haven't heard like, that person out there is like, bro, have you heard about this like dark Jedi that's coming through and fucking up the Jedi, bro? You gotta hop on the story. I haven't heard that yet. Spider-Man, I haven't heard that yet. Everybody was like, I don't even know who the villain is, or like what he's supposed to be, or like, and I was like, well, how long y'all been waiting on that? 81 issues, and I was like, I mean, like I haven't heard that.
When Kendrick took off his mask and it was Gwen Stacy, I went, what?
When I saw that, I was like, okay, at least they didn't go Green Goblin with it.
The beginning of the next issue, Gwen goes, I am a clone of Harry Osborn. Yeah. And I was like, who's letting the children write the books again?
They did a Scooby-Doo ending. No, they did a Scooby-Doo ending. I mean, they were just like, hey, it's Mr. Wilford. No,
it's like Scooby-Doo times double. It's like you were unmasked once, then you got unmasked again. Like it's like a Scooby-Doo trope where you just keep pulling mask off the villain and it's a different person. Like it. I was like, what is this? I was like, dude, I'm grown. I don't have time for this. Like.
But like honestly, that's kind of like like indies. The way I'm judging indies are a lot different because like I'll like see a #1 popping up. I'll read the title and then I'll read like a little synopsis or whatever, and that'll get me to pick up an indie. Now with the other big ones like Batman, Spider-Man, you know, whatever have you, the big ongoing titles, like right now, that's what's leading me to those stories is like, you know, people's word of mouth. Oh, like, man, are you reading Thor or are you, you know, are you checking out Hulk? I got into Hulk because of the Immortal, you know, I mean, and I love that Immortal Hulk run. It was dope. I bought my best friend that whole run and he's not a comic book reader and he loved it. Like near the end, it kind of got a little weird, but no, I don't know, but that's kind of the flow of like those big companies. Like I want to be excited for X-Men. I want to be excited for Spider-Man. Like I mean, I want to be excited for you know Star Wars, but I'm waiting.
This is about to get real interesting.
What you got?
Oh, I dropped the chat for somebody. They messaged me and was like, drop the chat and the link in the chat.
Just have to scroll up, you know.
But yeah, I just couldn't. I was like, he's got a team. Like I was like, dude, it's New York City. There's Elektra, but Daredevil as Elektra. There's Daredevil. There's
in New York.
There's a Fantastic Four. Fucking X-Men are right across the island. Like, you know, the way, you know, he doesn't have to
Wait.
Need a team. There's already three
Daredevil
in New York.
Is Daredevil back in New York? I thought he was in San Francisco.
Is he? I don't know. I jumped on at the end.
Because they like recently they moved like most of Marvel around where they're not all in New York and very recently they brought some of them back. I know X-Men is in the middle of Manhattan now. Like they built like a huge tree. Oh there there you oh yeah. That's my boy right there. How you doing, Nick? How you doing?
What's up, CJ?
How you guys doing?
Pretty good. I'm exhausted. I've recouped a little. I could not find any Kool-Aid Man. There was a lot of those books, man. Like Kool-Aid Man, I was looking for Biker Mice from Mars. I was looking for all that nostalgia stuff. It's hard to find it, dude. It really is. The only thing I ended up getting was I got Roscoe Double Dragon #1.
They're flipping Ghost for some reason.
I was on the lookout for a few nostalgia books, and they are scarce here.
I hopped on late. Did you get something good?
I heard you found Dawn. Bro, why are you not showing us Dawn?
You want me to show it to you now?
Yeah, like why are you not showing us Dawn? You found, you know how like you know people talk about like, oh, I find this all the time. I find this all the time, bro. I never see Dawn. That's like Fathom. I never see Fathom. Like people are like, oh, it's the dollar bins. Like Evil Ernie. I never see Evil Ernie.
Well, I tell you what, I'll make you really happy. I'll make you really
this
happy.
Week.
What? What'd you find, Nick?
I was able to find a Fathom #1 this week in a dollar.
I saw.
I think I showed it off.
Yeah, I saw
I think it was Monday. What? I don't know what it was.
I love hard man,
especially all the Michael Turner covers. Really hard to find.
I will give y'all. I'm gonna save most of this. I'm gonna save most of it for next Saturday because next Saturday I'm doing a live stream with Southpaw Brad and Uzumaki and Nicole. We're all gonna show everything that we got, right? But I'll give you a little taste. All right, Mike. Since you said Evil Ernie, ready for this? Since you said Evil Ernie, since you said Evil Ernie, here you go. I found this for $1 at a Second and Charles. This is Evil Ernie God Eater, the Holy Diver variant.
That's cool.
That is an homage to Holy Diver.
Yeah, Holy Diver. Yeah.
Oh my God. I found this and I was like, dude, score.
Yeah, that's dope.
But yes, I did run into some Dawn and I never find Dawn. So I ran into some and I snatched it up. There's a couple that I left behind because I just didn't want to spend that much. But I got the Dawn Convention sketchbook by Joseph Michael Linsner.
Yes.
Nice. I'm going to get him to sign this. It is an extra clean copy.
Yeah, I see.
Really nice. I got Dawn. They're backwards. I don't know. Dawn 5 of 6.
All right.
And then I got Dawn 6 of 6. I think this is like volume 2 or volume. I think it's volume 2.
Volume 2, yeah.
And then I got 2 of 4 of volume 1. 2 of 4 of Return of the Goddess. Return of the Goddess saga. This is a cover that I've seen a lot before, and I really wanted, and I found one. And then last and definitely not least, one of my favorite Linsner Dawn covers, number 3. I think this is from the first series. It's the blue jean cover, the blue jean cover.
Yeah.
That
cover.
And I found some, and I never run in, like you said, I never run into these things. So I was just like, score. And I bundled those with Dave's Spawn number 1 that I got.
Nice.
It's dope.
I was jealous. All of them got to hang out at the same time.
Right?
What are you guys eating? Sushi? They look like sushi.
Yeah, we went to a sushi place called Pisces in Charlotte, downtown Charlotte, like in the middle, giant buildings everywhere. Stopped at this tiny little sushi bar. And
she was crying for sushi for days. We were DMing each other, and she's like, "I want sushi." I'm like, "Oh, California, there's everywhere."
That all started because me and Uzumaki were talking, and he was like, "I can pick out places for us to go eat." And I messaged him after he said that, and I was like, "Hey, I'm down to eat sushi if you guys know of any good sushi places in Charlotte." And when I said that, he messaged me back, and he was like, "Oh God," he said, "sushi. I didn't even have to say anything, and he said sushi already. Oh my God, this is gonna be so good." And then that was where the message ended, and I was just like, "Okay, I guess we're on for sushi. It's happening." So what you up to, CJ? You working today?
Yeah, I'm working. I'm pretty much winding down right now. I didn't realize you were on all this time. I was in appointments before, and I saw.
You're fine, dude. I needed to do just a haul video for what I was getting in, and it's turned into a.
But you're not even showing us all your stuff, man. You're just teasing.
Oh, man. I got you. Hold on. Oh, I've been
cock tease.
There you go. Nightwing 86. Everybody got this. Everybody's saying it's incredible. But it's a Fear State tie-in. I want a Nightwing story. I mean, I get he's helping Batman. Batman needs help, but like Fear State's screwing up my storyline. It's putting things on pause that I was interested in. Yeah, like it's driving me nuts. I got Spider.
How much did you get those books for? Were they like dollar books?
No, these are off my pull list. So these are all new books. These are like, they would probably, I think I get 30% off of this lot. So they're all 30% off the cover. It's the only way I can pull a lot of books is that I get a big discount. If I don't get a big discount, I can't pull a whole lot.
So what did you end up getting on your journey?
That's next.
Discount books?
Save it. I gotta say, but I ended up getting a lot of Web of Spider-Man. Half of Web of Spider-Man is now done. It's at least half, if not a little more than half of that whole run of Web of Spider-Man is done. And most of those are dollar books. $1, $2 maybe.
All right, that's good.
Yeah, $1, $2. Yeah. Like, dude, it was funny because what blew my mind was every shop I went into, I would go get a stack of stuff that I want. And I'd be like, "Where is the owner?" And they're like, "He's that guy over there." And I'd go over to him and I'd be like, "Hey, I'm getting this stack of books. It could cost about this much. How about you save or work out a little deal? Like, is there anything more I can get to maybe get a little off of this stack or something like that?" And they were just like, "You're just wheeling, dealing, whatever." I was like, "Yeah, dude, I'm not paying. Like, I'm paying as little. I mean, I understand you're trying to make money, but I'm also trying to spend a whole lot of money at like 4 or 5 different places. Like, so I'm trying to get more bang for my buck. I get you trying to make money, but like haggle with me. Like, yeah, I know you're not pricing these things for what you paid for them. Like, I mean, maybe the dollar stuff, but you probably paid $0.25 a piece for those books.
Are you going to be running the stream for a while?
An hour and a half.
I'm saying, are you going to be running it for a while longer?
I mean, at least I ain't got nothing to do till like 10 o'clock tonight.
Agent's got to go on a little bit.
Yeah, I'm going to have to roll, guys.
He's got history.
You want me to stop by one of the shitholes I go to so you can see real crusty comics?
What happened?
You want me to stop by one of the shitholes around my area? That you got to see how fucked up the boxes are that they have.
I want to see that.
Man,
all right,
dude, I'm telling you, we hit up a Second and Charles in Charlotte yesterday. This was the deal. Buy 5 books, get 5 free. They had a giant clearance section. Everything was $1, $2. Maybe at most $3 or $4. I got a Dawn book out of there. I got a, so I mean, and I just, and you just dig, and there was no, they had labels, no order. People had been digging through this crap and just moved it and put it anywhere. So you just basically, like, there was a table covered in boxes, and then underneath the table were more long boxes. You would just grab a box and just start digging. And yeah, I walked out with like 20 books out of that second Charles. That was the last place we hit. If we hit that place first, I'd have spent all my money there. And I'd have had like whole runs almost, except all the keys.
Nice. Did you get anything on video?
No, a lot of shops didn't want us to video because some shops that we hit were like smaller mom and pop. They weren't a whole lot of big places. And by the time we got to like Second and Charles, where they would have let us and they wouldn't have cared, or like I did get some promo material from some places who were like, here's a business card, you can show it out or shout out my shop. Yeah, go ahead and shout it out. I had one of the shops follow me on Instagram and subscribe to my YouTube, and like, they're going to start like, cause he was like, are y'all doing this like a year? Like, are you guys from around here? And I was like, no, we're doing this like once a year, maybe twice a year. We're going to be here and then we're gone. Like we're trying to do it all in one go. And he's just like, I can make a chunk off y'all while y'all are here. And I was like, baby, it depends on what you got. I mean, it depends on what we can find.
But let's see if I can.
It was a really fun experience. We had no bad shop owners. The worst experience we had was there was a guy who didn't price his books until you brought them to the counter.
I have a shop like that. I don't shop there anymore.
Now we asked him, we said, are you using eBay? Because we're not paying eBay. Like we flat out told him, we're not paying eBay prices for books. And he goes, no, I use a collector app called, it's not Key Collector. It's like comiccollector.com or something.com. comicstash.com or something like that. And I was like, well, where's that data coming from? Is that coming from data on eBay, or is that coming from coming from over? Where's this data coming from? So he did it that way. That's why I bought less books at his store than I bought at any other store.
Was it Go Collect?
And I literally I basically bought the Dawn books I just showed. I basically bought those just to haggle down Dave's book. And that was it. That was the only reason I spent any money there, period, was because Dave said he really wanted a copy of that to read with his sons. And I was like, there's a copy of it. I can get it for cheap.
I gotta get set up. Thanks for having me, brother. Mike, love seeing you, brother. CJ, yeah. I'm loving the tour of the city, man. It's badass.
Yeah, I know. I'm loving it.
I'm loving it. I'm like, oh, hey, he hits comic shops. I know where to go.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I never seen that.
Let's see if this guy actually lets me videotape inside the place, because sometimes he could be a prick.
See, that's what I'm saying. We ran into a lot of that, so I got tired of doing that. But, it was being like, hey, can we video in here? It was just like, at this point, what's the point?
Well, I'm gonna put him on the spot. I'm gonna walk in with you guys live on stream.
Oh,
and see how his reaction is.
This is gonna be interesting.
I'm gonna catch the replay for sure.
I'm gonna tell them that you guys are my friends, and I want to show them the full comic shop that I have over there.
Well, that's what I was telling people. I was like, dude, like people who watch our channels live in this area. So like, if we show, if we tell them where we went to get all these good deals, if stuff like that, then we might get more people coming in the shop.
You heard where he's going, though. He's going to a crusty shop.
A crusty shop. So
it's
like dollar bins and like just stuff everywhere.
If I could tape in there, you got to see what this guy does. You got to like flip. He doesn't give a shit about mid condition or 9.8 or anything like that. This guy just got stacks of shit all over.
Oh my God, those are the best places to go digging. Oh my God, you get that's where you go. Places where when people used to go dig for records, and they said they would have to put on a mask, and this was way pre-COVID, to even go in some places to dig for some records or like comics or stuff like that. That's the good. You get the good stuff out of there.
Well, sometimes I find some real good stuff in these places, but sometimes it's crap, But the thing about it is, he's got so many mountains of books, one on top of the other, that you can never look through everything, because it's like, it's a freaking disaster. You're afraid that you're gonna have an avalanche of comics fall on you.
Avalanche Comics.
I mean, yeah. I've heard stories of people who were digging for records who've like stepped in a record store and like all of a sudden a ton of them just come falling down and almost wreck you. So I mean, oh my god, I kind of want
I've
to see
seen,
this place now. I'm excited.
I've seen that, but like I, I was telling Nicole, we have places like that where like most of our stores here, it doesn't matter the size, like big or small, they're not gonna let you record in there, even if it's like I sent Nicole this video when I was in a comic store of one of our comic shops, but I had to do it like real quick without them noticing because they would have been like, hey, don't film in here, like um no, but we have like one shop here that does that eBay crop, and most of our stuff is all pre-priced. I won't shop at a place like when you go to the register and they're like, that'll be $56. I'll be like, I'll be seeing you later, you know.
This guy does that sometimes. He does the eBay thing. He definitely does the eBay thing. But the thing is, if there's a price tag on it, he'll honor the price tag. He won't reprice it. But if you get unfortunate enough to find a comic that doesn't have a price tag on it, he's gonna eBay it.
No, I won't shop at
Yeah, I
places
like
like
haggling. Even though I started in like 2013, 14, you haggled. I mean, like for big books especially. But if you went and bought a whole bunch at one time, you haggled. I mean, like I can understand every week I come in, I get my pull, I might get one or two back issues. That's fine. But if I'm buying a book that's like over $20, or like I come in and get a huge stack of books at one time. No, I like to hem and haw back and forth a little bit. And if you wear that mask when you do it, you're gonna definitely get your way a lot. Where'd you get that?
I've had it.
He's playing the role of the devil.
I was about to say, is that the same devil who showed up at the end of your stream? Was it Mike?
No, that is not.
Because when you said that, I figured it was Mike in his devil mask. I was like, oh yeah, let's see, yeah.
No, I wished I could have hopped on that stream. That dude was weird. He's another YouTuber, but he is weird. Like I will say,
You gotta see what he really looks like. He looks like a Cabbage Patch Kid. He's like a nice guy. You know?
yeah, he's he came on. He brought it that night though, man. That was extra creepy. Like, and what he was talking about too. I can't remember exactly. He came on saying some very oh no, he was talking about Purge, right? He was talking about like, oh, I gotta wait till midnight, and we were like, for what? And he was like, oh, so I can start the Purge, here in California. I was like, oh god. He's out there like capping people, like, oh, it's after midnight. See y'all later.
I heard about it from actual Dracula and Comic Ozzy. They did a stream and they were like, they said something about, the other day on Comic Journey's stream, the devil showed up at the end, and I was like, what the hell's going on here? Like,
yeah, that guy got some attention. I'll tell you that much. He scared the shit out of everybody. I have a way of attracting some of these people.
Yeah, you do.
It seems like well, we had an incident yesterday where we were at a record store / comic book store that actually most of the stores we went to were like that, where there was a guy who he just liked to talk and he'd talk to you. In those situations, you sometimes can get kind of weird, but I don't know. Like we were at a Waffle House one time and a guy started talking about the turtle people were coming and get ready because the turtle people were going to invade us, and I was like, turtle people? Like, you're not even saying aliens. You're saying like turtle people. Like, what is that? Like people who like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
I don't know, man. But this guy, he's not as freaky as I thought he was. Like he's scared the shit out of all of us, but at the same time, he's all right. He's all right, guy. He just, I don't know. He probably was drunk or something. I don't know. He's just freaking. I think he scared the crap out of Nicole.
Would that be a thing, like where turtles were trying to take us over or something? Would we be scared of the teenage ninja variety of killers out there? I don't know if I necessarily. I don't know. Maybe if they came around with ninja stars and swords and oh god. Get back in the sewers.
I don't know. Turtles always, I always found them weird to start with. I never got into that whole turtle thing.
Oh, I love turtles, man.
I love turtles, man. Oh,
I-
so good. Classic.
I
What
could
else more
appreciate
do you
them.
need in life than Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles who eat pizza and drive a VW van?
I could appreciate them, but I just was never really into them.
I've always liked the turtles. Like, I've never been big enough in the turtles where, like, as I grew up, like, I started reading the comics or anything. Like, I did as a kid, but I think it's really like their status and the rest. I think if sorry folks, I had to pass some gas.
I was like, which one of you flushed that?
No, that was Comic Journey. That was like a motorcycle.
Yeah, thanks for covering for me, Mike. Yeah, it was me. I had a McRib.
I call it. It's all in burritos.
CJ, it came up last night on the Decoy Ducks. McRib did. We had a McRib conversation.
I didn't look. Did you put your hashtag look at me on this video?
I did not. Oh my god.
Dude, you gotta get with the program.
Oh wait. I think I can change it. Oh
You
yeah, I
gotta
can.
get with the program.
That's nice. Good technology. Because this is
It's
totally
all-
a look video.
It's all about the look at me, man.
Yeah. But I think going back to like with me and the Turtles, I think it's just their status in pop culture. I think if the movies would like the Michael Bay, and I'm not saying I didn't like the Michael Bay movies, but it definitely wasn't the Turtles that I was hoping for. But I think if it would have been like a bigger hit, I'd like shit. I think I would have jumped on board with the Turtle comic and stuff. But honestly, I'm kind of like getting more and more like where I might hop on the Turtle bandwagon because everybody that I know that's reading Turtles, they do have that like, hey man, Turtles is doing this and that. I mean, look at the last run and how fire that was, and then like, like the people like Usu and Dave and other people reading Turtles, they always say nothing but good things about what IDW does with them.
Like I said, I could appreciate them, but they just were never my thing.
No, we're not gonna go watch your daughter. The cover.
Oh, here it goes.
You
Actually,
could,
that looks like my LCS that I used to go to.
You could tell already this place is not well kept.
Dude, is that
outside.
the shop
That looks like all the LCSs here. That's the way they look. Every single one of them.
Is that Scott Snyder's shop?
Hold on, let me see if I can extend his video here. Oh, wait. There we go.
Kind of looks like his shop from the outside windows and stuff, the way it's set up. I know you're in New York.
Yeah, I'm in New York, man. I'm just finishing my cigarette before I go inside.
Yeah. Have you ever, either one of y'all, have you ever run into anybody like where you are? Have you ever run into a famous person at any of your LCSs that wasn't like a specific signing or something like that?
No, not in South Carolina. Usually it's like they're there for a signing, but even when they do have store signings here, it's usually locals that it's just local artists and stuff. There's no like Jason David Frank comes through every once in a while. It's mostly just local people, and they do great work. I've got a commission coming up with somebody soon here.
When I lived in the boroughs, and I used to go into shops in the city,
right.
Every so often I would come across somebody like, a lot of times I would come across people that they were first starting, and trying to sell their books and stuff like that, and they ended up becoming bigger writers and artists later on. So it's interesting. Sometimes. Yeah. I never ran into like a Liefeld or something like that, like a big personality or somebody like. Well, no.
Well, they're in California. I think Rob's in California. I think so. Don't
CJ, you have a request.
What's that?
Nicole says, see if they have any Dragon Ball comics or a Samurai Jack #1. Yeah, I told her about Samurai Jack #1 yesterday at sushi, and she almost slapped me when I was getting that book. Like she almost slapped me for that book.
This
Like,
is
she
not
was
the
like, oh, we will fight to the death for that book. And I was like, I just asked, like, well, let's ask CJ if he can maybe find you one and not kill me. How about that?
this
Like,
is not the place that I found it in.
okay.
But maybe you never know.
You never know. Yeah, I mean, like, if this place is stacked, like you said, there's no telling what you'll find.
Well, it's crazy. I mean, I'm not gonna go nuts in here right now. I wanted just to show you this like dump. But how you call it? Just do me a favor when I go in there. Like, don't say anything like freaking crazy obnoxious in there because they'll probably throw me out.
That's like what said up here. He's like, when a huge discount on new books is one internet purchase away, more LCSs should care more. You know, I kind of agree. Like with that goes into your topic. You know, how much should we be spending on books, kind of thing. And like,
yeah, rude. If your LCS never told you that you could have a pull list and maybe get money, like, you know, get a percentage off of
the
books,
discount,
then
yeah.
you need to talk to them. I mean, not all places do it. Every place that I've ever pulled from's done it, but not all places do it. But
Some
I mean,
of ours, they do different stuff. They might not do the, but they'll have some other kind of incentive to entice you, you know, to use the box. Most every place advertises as soon as you walk into a comic book. Hey, you want to start a comic book, you know,
yeah,
box?
like
All you
I literally walked in. I bought 2 books my first time, like 2 or 3 books, and the guy was like, "You want to start a pull list?" And I was like, and I mean that I was clean slate, but he just literally, as soon as I went up to the counter, "You want to start one? Here, get money off of books." And I was like, "Sure, why not? You know, I'm here anyway."
No, we don't get that here though too often. Most of the places here they don't want to give discounts. This guy,
I'm shocked.
this guy doesn't give discounts for pull lists.
No,
Nope,
they don't. They don't.
not one penny off. That's why I don't get my pulls from him. Him, I just come to amuse myself here.
And you would think if nobody did it around where you live, it's just one shop did it. Imagine how much more business they would get than all the rest of the other shops.
Well, it makes me want to open up like a place, just like almost like a discount place, you know?
If they could afford to lose the discount price, you know, like I know New York, it's like a lot more expensive compared to everywhere else. So they might be, you know, like higher property taxes and paper taxes, and I don't know, it could be something like that where that's why you're not getting your subscription, you know, the discount. Like maybe
that's true. The rent is a lot higher here to start with.
You're telling me. I couldn't, man. I was in New York for like 6 months, and it was just compared to where I'm from, it was ridiculous. New York is expensive.
Everything is expensive here. It sucks.
I mean, but okay. So as far as I know, I mean, where I'm at, like a DC comic still like $4.99, or you know, the same price. All the comics are like nationwide; they're all the same prices. I think that's where the deal is wherever you're getting the better deal. And I have
Tyler, don't put any bubble comment bubbles up right now, just in case he looks at the screen. I don't want him to see this thing is live.
Oh, so you want me to just change it to? There you
no,
go.
just don't. Yeah.
So this is the place. You got your typical spinner rack.
Bro, he's got a spinner rack.
Hold on a second. Let me ask the guy.
I have a friend who's also into Muck Monster. So we're like, it's Swamp Thing, like any of those characters. There's a Charlton character that's a Muck Monster. Yeah. And I even buy like a bunch of the old, like Golden Age like collections of like some.
Hold on, let me ask him.
Oh, the heap. Oh, sure. Oh, yeah. After my heart, you know, I was fortunate about.
Hey, dude, how's it going? I'm actually on like a conference thing with a couple of my friends. They're like in Texas, and I wanted to show them off wherever. It's okay?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Thanks.
Cool.
Let me show you guys. Hold on. So you walk in. Let me give you the walk-in. Look, you even got candy over here.
Yeah, I like that.
Classic.
You don't find these things anymore.
No, none of my.
At least not in New York. I don't know if you guys get them over here.
We don't even see spinner racks anymore. They like most of our shops. I think they sold them to like collectors and stuff.
We have them here. They're around.
He's got a whole bunch of stuff. You see these boxes? This is probably like a haul that he just bought. That he's gonna sort out. And then look at this. Look at this. Just
dang. What do they do? They pull. Oh yeah.
Like you got to pull these out and you go and look at it. And then over here are all your new books.
Yeah, I saw that with Nubia.
And then look at this. He's got like a ton of novels here too, and all this stuff. More boxes, just like tons and tons. Like if you spread this out, like in a place double the size,
man. Dude,
it would still be crammed. There's like so much stuff in there.
There's stuff everywhere.
Look at this.
That's the dollar.
Yeah, dollar bin. Oh my god, dude! There's probably so much good stuff in there.
Yeah, these are all dollar bins over here.
Oh my god!
This is where I've been getting all the ones you see with the. I'll look through here, whatever you have. I don't want to put you out of your way. But every time you see those dollar things that I get with the little X on them, this is where I get them.
Well, that's the way I found those Dawn books that I found at that shop I went to. I literally was just walking past and I just happened to look down and there was a box and I looked down and I saw down in it that it said Dawn and I was like, what? And I just stopped and I pulled it out and it was just randomly like out of the way. I just happened to stumble across them because there was stuff everywhere.
There's a lot of stuff in here, like a lot.
Behind you, I like how he had it set up.
Mm-hmm.
Where, behind me?
Yeah, because most of our places, they usually have the toys where they're like behind the counter and you got to like ask to find the prices. I like how he has that. He has them like kind of stacked to the side on those. It's really nice. Hey, go back to where like on the other side where he had his books, like not over there.
The novels?
Yeah, because I mean, the way he had stacked, how do you grab the ones at the top and stuff? Like, yeah, like that. Like, I was like
very careful.
Oh my god!
Damn! Like, I was like, how do you grab them?
Ridiculous. Oh, that's so good. Oh man, I would spend so much money there.
Look at all these toys.
Look at that. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Oh, I like
got
that
a whole bunch of toys here too.
Gambit. Oh man, I want all those. Just buy all those and send them to me. I mean, I'll send you money, but
the key with this place is actually finding it and not getting clobbered by all these comics falling on you.
What's the high dollar books that he's got up there? What is that? That's Power Pack. Why has he got that up there?
New Adventures of Batman.
Why has he got Power Pack up there?
Yeah, I don't know if Power Pack is the.
Like I have that issue. Why is he got up there? What is it?
He's got like more keys and stuff like that in here.
There you go.
You can't see them. They're surprised.
I saw Blade. Oh, there's Last Night on Earth. That's a good book right there. I saw that. Oh, he's got
the chat is asking, what is the name of this shop, Comic Journey?
Phoenix Comics.
Phoenix Comics.
We used to have a Phoenix here. They were a good shop here too. I don't know. They're probably not the same, but
telling you, I'm doing my best to find this guy a big space to be able to work out of.
Drawer boxes arranged. Is it by publisher or is it by just alphabetical?
Nicole's asking about Bleach. How much is
these boxes? These are alphabetical order.
Go look under
box with Bleach on it.
Yeah, she wants you to go back to the dollar bins.
And there was a book that said Bleach
right
there.
The Bleach, that's an action figure. First off, how much is the
action figure?
How much is that going for? What's the
$29.99?
Nope, skip it. That's too much. That's too much. That's regular price. Oh, regular price over here. I don't know about
King of Nerdy said I'm short. I would need assist.
I have no idea about the toys and stuff like that. I have no idea, like what the costs are and stuff like that.
Well, that's why you got us on the stream with you. You need to do this every time. That's how we all need to hunt. We need to hunt like in a live stream and just have like 50 of our good friends and be like, hey, do you know about this one? You know about this one? What about this one? This is a good one.
A lot of X factors here.
Oh, nice. There you go.
I want to highlight this more often. This is fun.
And these are all like dollar, right?
These are all got everything that he has here with a sticker on it that has a little X is $1.
What Desperate? Yeah. Hey, go back. What Desperate?
Dragon.
Is good.
Yeah, number 4. If you can find number 1, that's his first series.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, if it was number 1, I would pick it up right away.
That's his first solo series.
I don't know what these XSE things are.
It's during the 90s after the Age of
See them all
Apocalypse.
the time.
Chamber. Ooh. Never read it though, but I do like him though. The Outsiders, which one is that? Nasty.
Number 27.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it's old Eric Larson cover.
I like it.
I like that stuff. But
Nah, man, you missed the look at me part. The first part of the video was my haul.
Right.
Yeah, this is what we were finding yesterday. This was second in Charles, but it was just one section. And then they had binders with the high dollar books.
Dang.
Ugh.
yeah, if it wasn't for that, I would pick it up because I like that. I like that run.
What Teen Titans is that? 32.
Number 32.
2006.
These are fun books.
Chop.
Ooh.
These are always fun books.
Good. That's Stinging Cactus Jack. That's good right there.
That's your thing?
Dude, that is my jam. I remember that match.
I wouldn't mind having wrestling comics. It's kind of like nostalgic. I didn't even know they had wrestling comics until
first generation WCW. That's old.
Oh yeah, they made the WWE made them too. I'll put that. I'll get that to send it to one of you guys.
There you go, Nova. That's the second series.
He's the Human Rocket.
Yep.
People are hyping on Nova. Anybody ever read Force Works?
You know what?
It's terrible.
Where we're doing the comic book crawl next. We're flying to New York.
They used to actually make there was a cartoon for that too.
Yeah, Force Works.
Yeah. We'll just rent a small U-Haul trailer and just go here.
Ooh, that's nice. That's nice.
Oh yeah. There you go. Can't go wrong with Disney.
You could get that for any one of us. Me, Roscoe.
Yeah, Roscoe. Yeah, I was thinking that too.
All right.
You know,
I'll send you the Donald Duck, and I'll send Tylox the WCW.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's another run I gotta collect now. I didn't know that was even a thing.
What do you like better, Donald Duck or Comic and Store? This is Donald Duck too.
Kind of like both of them, man. They're both nice.
Free Duckburg.
I don't know about 573, but it is the 90s.
Dude, yeah. That's starting to become nostalgia. Any of that 90s stuff starting to become nostalgia, and people are starting to, because they didn't print a lot of that stuff, I don't think.
Oh, I like this.
Ooh, Fievel.
Fievel Goes West, American Tale. I remember that movie when I was a kid.
I'm getting this one for myself.
Damn it.
I'm getting that one from you. This is interesting.
Oh, James Bond.
Ooh, legends.
James Bond Jr. was a cartoon show they showed on Cartoon Network. When Cartoon Network first became a thing, that show was on there. I remember that show. That is weird as hell.
If it was number 1, I would pick it up.
Oh my God. That is, yeah. It was not number 1, and it's a newsstand, number 10. I didn't think it would run that long. I figured it'd be like a 4-issue mini. Yeah.
You know who'd be going berserk here?
Oh yeah, Gary.
I would.
Look at that. Gary B would be flipping out.
He's got tons of Conans.
Yeah, he's got it all.
I mean, yeah, he's probably got them all. He's probably been down this road.
That's why I don't pick them up for him, because I know he has them all, and now it's in the best there is. I don't know if this is a different series.
That looks like the trade.
Here's some nostalgia.
2010.
If you find a number one of that, I'd love that. I've always wanted to read that series.
Archer and Armstrong.
Yeah, or Solar.
Believe it or not, they're getting a little nuts now. The prices on this.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of my first comics right there, issue number 25.
That was one of your first comics?
I think everybody and their mother had a number 25 of that. Look at this thing. Look at this.
What is this?
I never heard of
Ripper.
I've never heard of that.
Ripper. They use as a knife like every
recommended for mature readers. Warning for not children.
And the comic is called Air Sail.
But it's so another dick. What was that?
Yeah.
That might be the W Screamer. Here.
What is that? Peter Mulligan. Peter Milligan.
Peter Milligan?
It's definitely look Screamer number 3. Number 2.
Yeah, Peter Milligan. He's done all kinds of stuff off and on.
If I find number 1, I'll buy them all.
I like that cover. Ooh, number 2.
4.
Oh, number 4. Okay, keep going.
You got 2, 3, and 4, but it doesn't have a number 1. So
number 1.
Hulk out heroes.
Okay. What? Are you gonna get that Ripper book? Well, move that Ripper book out of the way. Ooh, what King Conan was that? Go back. Oh, that's number 17. Never mind.
If it was number 1, I would get it.
Is it even? I've never heard of that company.
No.
You ever hear this?
No.
What number is it?
Number 2. I actually have these.
I would say grab that. I like that. That looks dope.
What is?
It's weird, right?
That's from Epic Marvel, so it had to been like 80s.
Great cover art.
Heard of that though.
All right.
There were so many, like, for some reason I didn't, I knew some Epic and Star comics back in the day, but not a lot. For some reason they didn't grace like my eyes or something back then. Yeah, I like that. It's nice. Glenn would like that.
Exterminators.
I have number 1 in that series, but I don't know what it's about.
I have no idea. I have no interest in that.
See, you're finding, I was finding a lot of that stuff yesterday where we was finding stuff we were like, oh my God, this is a thing. Like there was a Marvel Barbie run.
Yeah, so you didn't get that?
Oh no, Nicole got them. She got them all.
Oh, okay.
Her little girl.
Bro, if you ever find like a Barbie number 1, you send that right to me. I will take that in a heartbeat. I'm not no Barbie fan or nothing, but it's just what number? You know what I'm looking for, man.
Yeah.
Good for.
Yeah, we was finding Barbie Marvel stuff. And that was all again. You need to fly over next time. Mike, come digging with us.
I wish. Slapstick. I was number 1. I don't know what that is, but I would pick it up, man. Especially how crazy it looks.
Slapstick. Why does that sound familiar?
It's a weird comic.
King
More
Conan.
Yeah, that's the third 17 he's had. I like that cover though.
Booster
Go. You find a number 1, man. That's his first.
Omega Man, yeah.
That was his first solo series too.
This is where I get a lot of the comics that I try to practice pressing and cleaning and stuff like that with.
They've got a good mix of stuff so far.
There's everything in here. I've even found like Silver Age stuff in here.
Really?
I'm enjoying this, man. I try. I always try and be funny, man.
I was about to say, Dollar Bin Swamp Thing can't go wrong.
Nah, I pass on that ass.
I was about to say, aren't those like photo covers or movie covers or whatever? Aren't people looking for those?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm staying away from anything that's involved with that movie.
In DC, I mean, nothing really. I mean, unless you got a Major Key or something, or a Batman penis, nothing ever really jumps in value in DC. That was a good series. I read it. It's like it's a multiverse Lane. It's not the normal Lois Lane.
Oh no. Is it a one-off?
Yeah, I think it was like 4 issues. It was a good story.
Yeah,
it's dope.
Maybe I'll pick it up just to read
I read it, and I'm not a big Superman fan, but if like that art, that's what dragged me into that storyline, and it was actually really good. But that's like Superman. I'll jump into Superman if they have like a cool. I've always wanted to read that series, but it's like right now it's in issue like 459 or some shit. It's like, but I've always wondered
Right,
about.
man, just dive on in. Dive on in. Issue number 787.
No,
You got a lot of Omega Men. Like if
Wait.
somebody wanted to finish up a run of Omega Men.
Oh yeah,
I
you
do.
have
You know the Omega Man I want. If you pull that out, you better get it for me.
You know that those are the same ones I want. So,
New Warriors.
but if I find a copy, I'll send it to you.
I got his second appearance. I want his first. I love Lobo. I love that you love Lobo. Not too many of us out there not vocal about it.
Because we actually know our stuff. That's why we like Lobo.
There's the next comic. Nope, go to the next one, buddy. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Is that a number one?
Nope,
No, it's a
number 4.
A lot of people
I would have grabbed it.
like that issue.
Oh, I just recently got this from here too, actually, with this little baby. This was a weird one.
And I think is a one I think there's a key something in there with the Ascani sign. I can't remember.
I don't know. It's like a weird little baby that he's holding in the front. That was always weird.
Got 2 of them. Hey, keep on the lookout.
Weird one.
Written stuff, that's getting hype now. Warheads. You just passed the Captain Britain thing.
Where did I pass?
There's somewhere in there, but I'd be checking on that because that's getting all hype, because they're bringing in Captain Britain. If you're looking for like spec stuff, I'd be looking right now. I'd be looking for anything New Warriors as long as you can, those kind of first appearances. Or I'd be looking for like what's his name, Captain Britain. I would be looking like Excalibur, and because that they're hinting at that. Anything right there. What issue was that? X-Men Legends. Go back to that.
Number 8.
Because they're about to redo that. They're about to come back out with that. That's going to get hyped again while people are looking for that.
I have number 1 of that. I think that's the only one that's really going to be anything.
Yeah. It's because of more. I think it's. I like the Defenders, man. I love the art.
This was a good era. I don't know. I'm just looking for things that are cool. Some stuff that either are really good pressing and cleaning projects, or just stuff I want to read.
Do you have a press, Nick?
What's that?
Do you have a press?
No, I do it by hand, and I do it with a hand iron.
That's how I used to do
old school.
The New Crew?
What the hell is this?
Star Trek?
Now, if this is not a WTF, I don't know what is.
Is that Star Trek?
I have no idea. No, an unauthorized biography.
Of that lady in Star Trek? No, I'm playing.
I guess. I don't know. It's weird.
It looks like she's wearing like an officer's uniform and shit.
Oh, we're getting closer.
Number 2, okay.
If I find number 1, I'll definitely pick it up.
He's got it behind the counter. Bro, that's pretty cool. Okay. Oh, because you switched over. That's why. It's like, what the heck?
There's a cool Thunderstrike comic that has Titania on it and She-Hulk. That's the one I want to find.
He said that lady was a doctor.
She was?
Yeah, that's what comic book worm was saying.
Well, I'm not interested.
What happened, Tom?
I was gonna do it with my phone and go grab something to eat, but that's not gonna work on my phone. I haven't figured out how to do the phone yet.
See, there's some older books in here.
Let's see.
Those war comics are sought after by a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to any older like war comics, I try and grab them because even the resale value on them, there's just like in the because it's a different collectability where it's not just comic book collectors that are into it. It's
No, there's nothing
like,
to this one, but this one is a great one to work on because it's all wrinkled and there's like water damage on it. This is like a perfect candidate for like what I like to try to work on pressing and cleaning with. That's a maybe. These are fun books.
the Night Glider, yeah, I remember those.
All these Kirby stuff, I like them.
Yeah, I read that, the Captain Glory. I read for some reason I read a lot of tops. I mean, but they had some like I read that Jurassic Park run they did. I read like I'm trying to remember they had a bunch of other good like movie properties that they were doing at the time. Rom, we were talking about him last night. And there's supposed to be some first appearances in there in Rom.
He actually got a copy that has the second appearance of Rogue in Rom.
Yeah, I think that's the first appearance I'm referencing.
But second and third appearances that are in there, not first appearance of her.
Yeah, the first one's in the manual. Youngblood number 3.
And for all the people going nuts about first appearances, this is the first appearance of Supreme.
Supreme, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I already got a couple of copies of these. That's enough for me specking on that. If it was super clean, I would have grabbed it for $1.
So far, besides the nostalgic stuff, there hasn't been a lot of stuff that I personally grab yet.
Oh, there's a lot of nostalgia in here. That's why I come here, because it's like memory lane.
I mean, it's got a good mix of stuff. Like, go back to the Magnus. What issue was that? Was that the same silver or the Harbinger?
That's 24. There's Harbinger, another 25.
Oh, okay.
17.
Yeah. That's another one that people are going to get hyped up on is Harbinger. What is that?
Sisters of Steel. You never heard of it?
No.
There's another epic book. They're really weird.
They made so many of those kind of books that like are just like little one-off series.
I'm actually picking up just as many as I can of all the number ones from those epics because they're so obscure. They're so weird to have.
Oh, wait, go back.
What?
That's Shadow of the Bat. Where is it? What is it?
Right there.
Right there. That's the first appearance of Zap. It is in the poly bag. Oh no, wait, let me see it. No, it's not. Let me see. No, scroll down. You're too close. No, I think that might be like the second appearance of Zap. Or no, that's the fourth. I'm sorry.
I don't know which one that would be first appearances as. I don't really, other than the first issue of Shadow of the Bat, I never got any of it.
That's it. The number one is Shadow of the Bat. Is his
These
first.
are really fun books. ElfQuest.
Yep. Yeah, I'd love to read that. I never did. Ooh, Hex. That's another good one. You keep passing up that Spirits of Vengeance, man. If you find a Spirits of Vengeance number 1.
Comic Bookworm says if you find a Youngblood number 2, grab it for him.
Right.
I'm sure everybody here wants to get a Youngblood number 2. Is he going to eat it? I'll only get it for him if he eats it.
You send me 2 copies, I'll eat 1.
If he runs across a couple copies,
hold on. Number 2.
Yeah.
We're getting closer.
Somebody said in the chat that is a Canadian publisher. Airsail, that's a Canadian independent company.
It makes sense. He's in New York.
Maybe. You'd be amazed at stuff that floats over here. Is number 2. Look at this thing. Terminal Drift.
What is that?
I
Yeah,
have no idea. Neotech.
that's Shadow Man. What was it?
Iconography.
Scroll up and go back. You're too close. What
Shadow
number is it? Yeah, I
3.
know. Not that. I don't want to see that crap. Get that out of there.
This?
Shadow Man. Yeah, what issue was that?
Number 11.
The dope cover.
It is. It is cool. But again, I'm only over there. I'm only doing on these Valiant and Images and stuff like that. 1 or 2, unless there's something significant about them. That's the only
Yeah.
ones I'm picking up.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't do either.
Comic Bookworm said, yeah, send him too. So I'm assuming that he's saying he's
That one.
going to-
Oh man, if it wasn't written on, I need that one.
I would have
Because
grabbed this. That's a
I
shame,
found,
right?
I found number 1 because Glenn was the one that explained what that is. I didn't know he tied into Judge Dredd.
Yeah, I would have grabbed that in a heartbeat if it was clean without any writing on it. 100%. I can't do anything with the Sharpie.
Like a quarter, and I showed it to Glenn, and he was like, "Where'd you get that from?" I was like, "I
There's
got
like a million of these in here. X-Men number 3.
on."
Oh, hold on.
Saw Legacy. What was that?
I saw something.
Yeah, I saw something too.
Let me see. I saw something.
This is
There we
fun.
go.
Digging the comic journey.
Grabbing this.
Emerald, I don't know what that is.
I'm grabbing a lot of these Green Lanterns because
Yeah, it's coming.
I'm trying to keep up with them because I'm waiting for the show to come out, and I want to see. I have no idea what everything is coming from. So
I've never really I tried a couple times to get into Green Lantern and read it, and the only run that I ever liked was Jeff Johns. I need to get that run again.
I've read. I mean, that's like all the DC superheroes. I like all of them. There's not like a DC superhero villain that I really
I
don't
hate
like.
him or anything. I just didn't get into it that much.
Yeah, I've never really like I've read like when he dips in and out of storylines, but I've never. That's like Green Arrow. I've never read his stuff.
never read Green Arrow either.
I never read like Martian Manhunter. I never read it wasn't until recently that I started reading Wonder Woman. And I loved the last like 7 issues of
There are a million of these Hulks in here.
Wonder Woman.
See, man, that's the kind of stuff we were kind of looking for yesterday. The shops
Really?
that were like this, where it was
You
like,
were-
yeah, it
you
was
weren't
like
able to
dollar
find
boxes
anything like
that was
that?
all piled up, and it was like, go digging for it. And we were just like, oh, dude, the first place we found had dollar boxes. They got some fun stuff, dude. If you were looking to complete Flash, X-Men, Batman, Detective Comics, I just started getting Detective Comics. I could literally came home with like a couple hundred issues.
Speaking of Detective Comics,
And that was a Jock cover.
Was it?
I think so.
what was the cover?
I think it's a Jock.
Yeah, that is. That's not Scott Snyder and Jacques, dude. Yeah, that's good.
Boom.
Yeah, that's at least a $10 book.
Really?
Anything.
Good artwork.
Yeah. Anything Jock.
Anything Jacques, at least $10. No matter what.
Really? Why?
I mean, it matters, but
Why?
just with this artwork that
because
we're not
the
going to do
artist-
a lot of work.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this! Look
That's
at this
not-
thing.
Yeah, that's dope.
Oh, that is cool.
A number one.
Comics.
I like that. I like that.
That is old school. Oh, get out. That's 80s, isn't it?
But see, they have a lot of good comics because they have Oh, I see that. What issue is that?
Number 8.
Give me that.
Really?
Yes, that's Wingnut.
Oh my god. Where's Uzumaki? Uzumaki's probably freaking out.
They left. They went to Ragins because
They went to JD's channel.
yeah, they missing out, bro. That's the first appearance of Wingnut.
Is it?
Oh man, he's gonna be so mad. I'm gonna message him right now.
Is there something special about that?
It's just like one of the like side characters that pops up. That's some earlier issues. Ooh, what's that one?
All right, I'm digging these.
Hell yeah, I love those. I like it for all the articles and stuff, man. And
No, these are the ones that have the profiles.
Yeah. Well, they
They're
have
great.
the editors thing at the end. Sometimes they have the pinups. What's that?
DNA agents. If it was number one, I would have grabbed it.
No. Captain Planet? What? Oh, dang. We got an avalanche. Look at that. He's breaking boxes.
Here we go.
What issue of Captain Planet? Yeah, what is
Captain Planet? Oh, I'll claim that Captain Planet. Where's that Captain Planet? Oh yeah, I don't even care what issue that is.
Really?
I'll get that. Oh man, I'm down. That is nostalgia all day.
Captain Planet? He's our hero.
Gonna cut pollution down
Yeah,
to
Shadow.
zero. Oh my god.
I've been picking up Shadow.
I don't know what this is. Number 4.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't just buy it randomly. Checkmate. Iron Man. There's a
Spider-Man.
suit.
Kung Fu Fighting.
It's a library edition. Oh no.
I made a big mistake of putting them on the video with me. Now I'm picking up a bunch of books for them now. It's funny how you find different things in different parts of the country. Like what I don't find anything here of value or important, like other people on the other side, they like this stuff. So.
Yeah, because some stuff is just scarce in other parts of the country.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Thanks a lot, Pete.
Hey, Tom, thanks for letting us do this. This is cool.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Look, as you can tell, he's got nothing to hide. He's got a lot of stuff to sell.
Oh my god.
Hold on.
That's the kind of stuff we were running across yesterday, and it made the day incredible. You would just get stacks.
I love shops like this.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, you think about it. You think about how many people say, "Oh, I've got every issue of X-Men, volume 1 from whatever to like 200," and you're like, "How do you do that?" This is how you do it. You go digging dollar bins, man. You find all these things for $1, do your fills, and then just have to go after key issues.
I don't know what that is.
I don't
know. But I like getting like final issues of stuff.
Yeah,
First
me
and
too.
Final issues.
I do. I agree there. Magog.
I don't like this.
I was never a big Magog fan.
I'm telling you, if you really want Omega Man, this is the place to come for them.
Isn't that the second appearance right there, or the first cover of Lobo? He just passed up. You son of a.
No, that was number 10. Number 4 is the second appearance. The 5.
Oh yeah.
Don't mess with me, my Lobo stuff. I know all those Lobos.
I'm seeing a bunch. I mean, you pulled out some pretty nice stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Gun Fury. I know Gun Fury. Both. I haven't read both. I've read one, so maybe I do know.
Look at this cover.
Yeah, that's Ross.
That's a beautiful cover.
Most of his stuff sells. I don't even.
Oh, there you go. Hulk and Mariner.
These are the reprints.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I was about to say, how much are those? 25 cents?
How you know it's a reprint?
Marvel superheroes featuring
Marvel superheroes are all reprints, and Marvel. A lot of Marvel. What was the other one that they did? They did titles like that where they're most of them.
Anytime you see those, and Marvel Triple Action,
stuff like that.
Look at Rogue. She's gonna kick his ass.
Hey, that's
my
cool
favorite
book.
Rogue. That's my favorite Rogue, man. I hate when the movie version of Rogue, and man,
it ruined it.
Give me big badass Rogue, take down Superman Rogue. Come on. Wait, go back. What was that?
Clandestine.
What is that, bro? I never seen that.
Oh,
This
you
is
never
like
seen? Yeah, Clandestine.
Comics.
That was that was a Marvel book in like
you have
2000.
4, 5,
Yeah, something like that.
1.
I've heard some people talk about it, but I can't remember whether they said it was good or bad. I think they were saying it was really good.
It's missing. It's got everything except for 2 here.
I've heard of it. I just, you know,
I don't know if they're from the same series either.
It says Marvel Superheroes was the first appearance of Guardians of the Galaxy. That's what Mastodon said.
That was a different different run.
Hey, Usu's back. Usu's back. Show him that adventure, that Ninja Turtle.
Yeah, show him that adventure, TMT adventure you found.
Show him what you're sending me.
Yeah. Uzu, you missed it. I just messaged Nicole. Nicole's like, "What? I thought he was watching."
He found a Captain Planet.
I was like, "Nope, he missed it."
I put it to the side, didn't I?
Yeah,
I thought I did. Hold on.
you did. I saw you.
There
There it is. Oop, there it is.
Don't think it's in the greatest condition, but
I don't care.
TMT number 8.
I don't care.
TMT Adventures number 8.
Yeah.
Oh wow, what is that? Prelude to what?
Death Watch.
He said pick up that 25-cent reprint.
Cool.
A comic book worm. A comic book worm said pick up the 25-cent reprint.
What, he wants to eat it?
Yeah,
What?
he wants to eat it too.
Bookworm, why are you being serious or like you joking?
Are you being serious or are you joking? Because he'll do it. Ain't that bad a shape. And
It's actually not. You know what? Maybe I'll get this just to press it and clean it and work with it.
Yeah. See how it goes. That'd be good practice.
Yeah. I'll get this one just as a cleaner.
Oh yeah, Uzu. I claimed the Captain Planet as soon as I seen it. I was like, dude, I want that. Oh my god. Yeah.
You might find out. You never know.
Okay. Comic book worm says he is not going to eat it. He just wants it.
Oh, he
Nick,
just wants it.
You need to do a video where you press stuff. I want to see how you do it.
Who, me?
Yeah, your ironing technique.
You'll get horrified if you see me doing what I do.
Well, I do those sticker things. I've messed up books. I buy books to test. See, because I was trying to get those I find a lot of books with stickers on them.
Look at this.
Dexter, yeah. I read the first, I think, couple issues of it, like that. Dexter Down Under, it was pretty, because it was supposed to continue where the show left off, him going to Australia.
I've never seen this.
You've never seen? Oh yeah. I didn't know they made that into a comic.
Mm-hmm. They did the first volume, and they did Dexter Down Under.
Oh, I got to get this. I don't care if it's number 4. This is weird.
I don't know.
What is that?
Yeah. Robo Hunter? I don't know.
Robo Hunter? I've never heard of that.
Oh, he just said Comic Book Worm says the only reason he told you to pick that up because 25 books are his nostalgia.
Ah, his nostalgia. Yeah, that's his back in the day.
Mine would have been like 75 cents in dollar comics.
I used to pick those up in the 25-cent bins all the time when I was a kid.
Stripe. Was it Streets? Stripes?
Stripe.
And the twin brother of Cable.
A lot of X Factors.
Yeah, a lot. The dollar bins are always X Factors. Every once in a while, you might find some New Mutants or New Warriors.
A lot of New Warriors.
New Warriors right there. Excalibur,
I got that Excalibur. I love that. That's a dope ass cover, man. The black negative.
I'm collecting all of these.
X-Men.
Me too. I'm trying to complete that again. I love that series, The Age of Apocalypse.
And you know what? If I could get them for $1 a piece, why not?
The Amazing X-Men? That was like the Apocalypse run or whatever.
Yeah. Well, no, I've been trying to pick up all those, like Gambit and Externals, like
Oh, okay.
When Marvel did that little like brief thing where all the X-Men titles kind of flipped over to the Age of Apocalypse, so they had like Force. I think it was like Generation Next. It was like Gambit and the Externals. It was like Weapon X.
Wildcat. There you go. X-Man. X-Man.
Yeah, X-Man was fun. That's the one that I was telling you to look out for.
This is the ongoing series, though.
It started during
yeah.
it started during the Apocalypse.
Aquaman.
That's the other thing that's cool about this place. It's got like all the a lot of really like obscure indie books that you'll never find anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I'm picking up those right there.
There you go.
Generation.
That's a winner. Chicken dinner. I'll take that. I'm looking to complete that run.
I've been picking up a lot of these.
Too.
Dude, that is those things are incredible. I love the art in those D&D books.
I like it because it's DC.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't tell me to get any Ravage books.
No,
that's where I put my foot down.
Rabid.
Ooh, what was that? New Warriors. Yeah, what is that?
Number 43.
It's got a cool yellow border though. I don't know. It got my attention.
Border's nice.
They did that in the 90s a lot. I have some border books from my 90s Nova run.
There are some comics that are. See, this is an annual.
I like that pink and the purple though.
I'm kind of digging it too.
If I was digging, I'd probably pick it up just for that, just because you don't see that color scheme.
I grab annuals too. I count those too, man. I grabbed a few of them yesterday.
I like annuals because usually you can read them without having to read a lot of other things.
I grabbed the Amazing Spider-Man 2000 annual yesterday. I found it for $1. I was like, oh yeah, I'll give you $1 for the year 2000. It says at ASM Annual 2000. I was like, oh, that's nostalgic. Jay Lee, there you go.
That one sells for a pretty penny. Because I think it's his first work. I think so.
I think that's his first work.
I don't think it is, but it is a cool cover.
That is cool. I've never seen anything like that.
I'm a big Jay. That's one of my favorite artists right there.
Oh, there you go. Some Wolverine. 90s Wolverine.
Yeah, there's a lot of here.
I like the guy eating in the background.
Yep. That's what makes it.
Legion.
That's another run that what is that? Can somebody, oh, there you go. There's the first Nightwing series.
Fire.
Excalibur. There you go. That's the first Excalibur series, isn't it? Yeah.
I got number 1, and he's supposed to be sending me number 2.
Yeah. You could fill out a whole run here of Excaliburs.
X-Man. There you go. Yeah, New Warriors. See, all that stuff, man. See, this is when people started specking on these books. I was like, dude, these books are everywhere. Just go dig. Just find something dollar finish and dig.
I had all these books back in the days. I don't know why, but I had them. More Conans.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of Conan.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I thought when I first started getting Conan, I was like, I'm going to start getting into Conan. I was like, man, this is going to be so hard because for some reason I thought it was really hard to get those books. But now I've started, finding out you can get a lot of them in dollar bins.
Oh, yeah, you can definitely get them. But they are, but if in high grade, they are expensive.
Yeah, yeah. What is that?
Portraits of the Universe.
Oh,
Book
that would be something you can get signatures on and stuff. That would be really cool. That's why I got that Joseph Michael Linsner Dawn sketchbook. I'm going to get him to sign that.
Yeah, this is like all pinup pages in there. Here's a great cover.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Well, more obscurity.
Oh, Midnight again. Heavy hitters.
I don't know if anybody's writing anything or anything like that. Oh, Kato, number 1.
What? I didn't even know that was a thing.
It's an old Kato. I'm getting that.
So great.
What is that?
It's an old Archie.
Oh,
These you find all the time. But some of them are fun. Like if you see like the weird word bubbles that they have in the front.
yeah. Well, you find Archie versus like Predator, or Archie versus Punisher.
Comic Bookworm says he has Kato #1 too. That I've never even seen that. I didn't even know that was a thing.
I didn't even know they had an old man Kato, but they do.
Mm-hmm.
I know Kevin Smith wrote for what is it called? Green
Arrow.
Not great. Well, he wrote for Green Arrow, but he also Green Hornet. He wrote for Green Hornet.
Yeah, he did a Green Hornet run too.
I like those covers from Batgirl.
Yeah, me too. J.H. Williams.
Some really nice covers.
I need number one.
I picked up a lot of books just because of the covers. What is this? What X-Men is this? That's the other thing. I can't tell which book, which series, what is from. Yeah, there's more Gary stuff.
Warlord. Hardcore.
A lot of hardcorps. Number 2.
Find a number 1.
If I see any of the Unity covers, I pick those up too.
What's that? Spirits of Vengeance. Go back. What's that movie right there? What's that?
He's the living vampire. That's what it is.
Number 3.
Mm-hmm. The Morbius stuff. Oh yeah.
And he's getting big right now. People are specking. You know, they specking.
Specky. You're getting all specky now.
I always like Morbius. I mean, that's my side.
I was a huge Morbius fan.
Like Ghost Rider, Blade, Morbius. I love like all that. The Midnight Sun. Ooh, wait, well, you got number 1? Oh, damn it! I got number 4 in that series. I want to read.
It's number 2.
Yeah,
I'm taking
like I've been actually. You know, it's kind of like how we're looking for the star and epic. Anything that I find under that DC new format, which like they had that Dungeons and Dragons. They had but I've been picking up stuff like that from the new format. Ooh, wait!
Uzu bought some of those yesterday.
Grab that.
Uzu, you need that.
Yeah, all of us do. Me, Roscoe. I know there's a bunch of people.
Uzu bought a ton of Roger Rabbit.
All right.
Ton of it yesterday. What is that?
Ooh,
and Spider-Man?
You spectacular Spider-Man.
Dude, that's McFarlane. Is that McFarlane?
No, it's not. No. This is not McFarlane art.
No, does it say Buscema down there in the signature? It's right above the barcode.
Yeah, it's Buscema.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's nice.
I remember this comic when I was a kid.
I don't remember. I've never seen that.
I think I've seen it on somebody's like list recently.
Well, I remember this comic. I'm getting this one just because of fun.
Alex, they said drop the link.
More Excalibur.
I only want the early issues. I only have 1, and you said you have number 2, so I have I've been picking up Excalibur, like for instance, I have that black cover. Ooh, I have that black cover with
this. You know why I'm getting this?
Not a huge Superman
Radio
guy.
Shack.
Yep. I get all those advertisements. Oh, there you go.
Is that a number 2?
Number 2.
I got 1, 3, and 4 yesterday. I need
it?
Yep, I totally do.
But it's beat to hell though.
I don't care. It's hard
to find.
It's really hard to find, and it's a newsstand. Yeah, dude, I'm down. Yeah, I got 1, 3, and 4 yesterday. So if I get that one, that's the whole run.
All right, I'll get you. Look at this.
Yeah. Back it up. That's too close.
Oh wow. Hurricane Girls?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Good back cover. Warrior Nun.
It's Warrior Nun. Yeah, I know Warrior Nun.
I would pick that up if I saw it.
Bro, Warrior Nun is fun.
Hey guys.
What's up, Comic Book Worm?
Hey guys.
What's up?
Hey, pick up that Warlord, please.
Wait, you guys are putting orders for me to pick up everything?
Yeah.
I want that Warlord.
You don't start some shit now, Dirty.
What's the
What's
name on
that?
there?
The Warlord back in the box.
Am I gonna have to start dropping my PayPal for you and everybody?
There's you another Morbius right there. Captain America. Oh, there's some Captain America in there.
Yeah, there's a lot of Captain America in here.
Namor, as SS Uzumaki says it.
No more, yeah.
Is it Namor or Namor?
I say Namor. I've always heard it.
Cover.
I've never heard it any other way.
Namor. It just flows around.
Two-Face had his own series?
What's that?
It's the showcase ones.
Oh,
I know that one,
yeah.
like, bro, bro, right there, that DC Universe. No, that did the DC, anything with that DC Universe sells.
What is that?
That's a
Oh,
great
I think,
cover.
I
Supergirl
think people were looking for that cover. That Supergirl cover.
Check this out.
What is that?
Mirror Walker.
That's unusual.
That's
First
cool.
photo
Proud
animated
comic, if I
comic.
saw one. I mean, Journey's comic. Sorry, Journey.
What do you say?
I said that's Nick's comic if I saw one.
Yeah, that's definitely one of mine.
Is that wrong?
Yeah,
Oh,
number
that's
6.
Rom. That's Rom all day.
Damn, wrong, number 6.
Mm-hmm.
You
Oh,
got
wow.
a 2.
I always thought about putting together a ROM run. I just don't. For some reason, everybody else says they see them everywhere. I hardly see them. I mean, you might see them here and there, but they're not everywhere.
I never see wrong.
I was about to say, people are really starting to snatch it up, I think, is what's happening.
Man,
Well,
this
you
is a fun
see-
way of going through the dollar bin. You're not
I
doing
mean, a lot of those are hard to find. Well, I'm shocked we found as many dollar bins as we did yesterday because I figured in Charlotte we wouldn't find any.
Yeah, like a lot of these nostalgia comics these find, we all don't find. Oh, I got that cover right there. Yeah, a lot of this stuff. I mean, I dollar bin shop. I'll spend hours.
I don't know what that is.
Teen Youngblood.
Lost Universe.
Gene Roddenberry.
number 2.
See, this is publishers I've never heard of. Was that Techno Comics? I've never heard of
Oh,
it.
Oh, that was
Who the hell knows?
started by William Shatner.
Yeah.
William Shatner started that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Tech Force. He did like Tech Force. He did like a couple different comics.
All the William Shatner books they used to do like that.
Yeah.
Oh no, the Roddenberry books, not William Shatner. This
Yeah,
I'm trying to get a nice run of that.
Superman and the Omega Man.
Comic Presents, number 89. I think I got this one already. And I assure you, if I don't, nobody's taking it by the time I come back again.
Right. The Fly.
Archie Adventure Series.
Yeah, The Fly.
I don't even know if Archie made those things.
They tried. And they tried recently again.
Zod.
Like the 90s. Convergence.
Got plenty of these.
Yeah. That's why.
Azrael.
Yeah, I like that.
I remember that series. I don't remember if it was good or not, but I remember it being out there.
It started off good.
Oh, there you go.
I need that one right there. I need that one right there. That's one of my first comics. That's the one I was describing on our show the other day.
Oh my goodness.
You really like these turtle things, huh?
Yeah, I do, especially that original run. They were good comics. I would love to read and review them again. I've been picking up number 1. I got number 1 and 2. Right? It was still too late, sucker.
Oh, God.
You have to be on here.
You killing it. Oh.
I'm not going through all these, by the way.
And see, the worst part is it gets really addictive because when you go digging and you buy, like you do what we did yesterday, you want to do it again the next day because you know you left so much good shit out there.
These ones you want to see. If you ever find 241, 242, 43, pick them up.
Okay. Wow.
Why?
Jim Lee cover, McFarlane cover.
Oh,
and,
Jim Lee the Conan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what you call it? Portaccio did the other one.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Is that a Disney comic?
Yeah,
What's that? Disney, yeah.
Hunchback of the Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's some Daredevil. Yeah.
You want to look at Daredevil?
Look at that. Dog. All day long. And you get Spider-Man in one power packed issue.
There's a lot of them in there.
Look at that. That's how you do that. Man, I really need to come up here. I need to go to this shop.
Yeah.
Dude, I just fill up a long box.
Where is this at? New York?
Yeah, New York.
Yeah.
Warheads. I've never even heard of that.
That's when like Marvel UK try to make like a splash.
Oh, okay. What is
that?
Sectors?
Sectors. I actually got #1 from here.
Nice.
Green Llama versus the Black Terror. Look at this cover.
It's Alex Ross. I don't know.
Is it?
Looks like it.
It's Alex Ross.
Oh yeah, that is.
Who the hell is Green Llama and the Black Terror? It's like
I've
a
never
golden
heard
age
that
hero.
day in my life.
It's Dynamite. That's why.
You know,
Sex Violence, huh? What is that? Is that a Savage
Dragon? Sex and Violence. I think that was a miniseries.
She got this.
Yeah, I think so.
Decapitated head.
Where's the blood?
No blood needed. She let it drain.
Yeah, he doesn't put blood. Oh, I need this.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, this one actually has a bag and board. All right. I just hit the gold with that one.
How are you doing on your Avengers 0 to 100 run? What do you need left?
I got a lot of big books.
I'm gonna for some shit for you. What do you need?
What is this zero stuff?
From the big books, I still need Avengers 1, #4, and #9.
Oh yeah.
I still need those. #9, I came close to getting a few times, but I'm being very, very like prickish as far as how much I want to pay for it and what condition it's going to be. Then I need those.
I'll tell y'all this: the shocker for yesterday, as we walked into a shop. Now get this: he had a X-Men annual, Uncanny X-Men annual 14, right? First Gambit, right? It was CGC 9.4. Guess how much he wanted for that thing?
How much?
$270.
Oh, he's out of his mind.
Yeah, I was like, no. If I made you an offer, it'd be an insult.
No, he's out of his mind.
No.
For X-Men 14 annual, no way.
I was not trying to piss him off. I was just like, okay, and I just went and started digging through dollar bins.
No, he's out of his mind. There's not a chance.
I couldn't. Yeah, no, not for that. No.
What's up, dude?
Occupy Avengers.
I'll take this. That's weird.
Oh, yeah, that's Marvel now. That's from when I started reading it. Yeah, I don't
Oh.
There you go. That Nova series right there too.
Hey,
that you got to stick it up. That's hard to. That might be a good book, depending on which one it is.
This is cheaper.
What Tarzan issue is that?
This one has 2 comics in it, Tarzan.
Ah.
One's coverless.
Who is it?
Number 26.
I have
this
one. I have 1, 2, 3 of those.
Right.
Oh, for real?
Scoot it back, Nick. You got it too close.
I might do this. I don't know. I might do that.
Yeah, depending on what that one is. Okay, I don't know if that's the one.
I
There's a
don't know.
few out of those that actually get kind of pricey out of that series, and I don't know why. I think it was just because it's covers, but that's not one of them.
What is this? Is this like a reprint?
I guess
Looks like
because the X-Men
Avengers
Classic
Classic.
was reprints, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yep, it's a
Yeah,
reprint.
those are borders. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's reader copy right there, buddy.
Yeah.
All day long.
And I got the original of this, so I'm picking it up.
Green Llama and Black Terror were Golden Age characters that are public domain. Dynamite bought them 10 years ago.
That's what I thought they were. Something like that.
It's like Shadow.
There you go, Gambit and the externals.
Yeah, these are all part of that. Whatchamacallit?
Yeah.
I love this cover. I have it, but I love this cover.
That's some good art.
Ah, that was number one. If it was, I would have grabbed that one. I can't believe how much this thing drains
there
my
you go.
battery.
What is that? What number is that?
Number 22.
Hold on one sec. Yeah, I'm gonna have to scrounge you up a package. Of some kind.
What's that?
I said I'm gonna have to scrounge you up a package of some kind.
What are you gonna scrounge me up?
I don't know. I have to find you something
Just
that I think you'll
PayPal
like.
some money.
I'll go digging around and see what I can find.
I'm telling you, it's hard for me to. It's hard to me to be appeased. I got some weird tastes.
I mean, I do too.
Erect.
Where is it? Let me just type it in.
All right.
Yeah, I need that one too. Yep. Number 22. Yep, totally need it.
What do you need?
That 22 of the Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. Totally need it. Those books are actually getting really hard.
Are you collecting that entire series?
Yeah, like I'm trying to get a whole run of it together. It's just really hard to find them for some reason. Those TSR DC crossover comics, for some reason, like you don't get them a lot around here because people around here want superheroes. They want Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, maybe X-Men, but like you don't get a whole lot of. The weirdest stuff you might find is like some Evil Ernie here and there or something like
Evil
that.
Ernie's great.
You don't find Sandman here. You don't find.
You find an original Evil Ernie, I'll take that in a heartbeat. That's my favorite evil character.
I've never got
Evil Ernie, a comic I got earlier.
Tyler, what about this one?
I'm looking now. Yeah, I need that one too.
Remember this? Links.
Yeah, links.
I don't remember that, but I did see a comic yesterday. An ad in a comic yesterday on the back. You remember the little handheld X-Men game? It was like just 2 buttons and a directional pad, and it was
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
Tiger.
it was like a little white one, and it just had the X-Men stamp sticker on it or whatever. I had one of those, and I was
most
like,
definitely do.
yesterday, and I immediately wanted another one.
My neighbor used to have one of those. I used to go berserk.
Oh my god, I love it.
All right, so this is actually, look at this.
There's a whole bunch of I've never heard of that, but that's his first.
This is a variant cover.
Yeah, because they're different. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's his first series.
I didn't know that was a thing.
I didn't either. I've never heard of this. And I mean, I'm not a Jay Lee aficionado, but I've heard of a lot of stuff he's done.
I know Jay Lee did a Dark Tower series. You find some Dark Tower series.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna block you off for a second so I can put these nicely back in the box.
Yeah.
After the giant mess you made from digging.
Right. He's doing it one-handed. That's why.
That's one of the most interesting things about going to a comic book store is finding places where you can set your books down and set all these other books out of the way, look at stuff. It's almost like you need a table, little tables all over the place.
I just use the floor. I just drop down on the floor and just dig through.
I do that too.
Stop pretending. You're just shoving them in your mouth and holding them in place until we know what you do.
Eating is privacy, man.
He doesn't like to eat on camera.
We know exactly what you do, my friend. All right. This looks somewhat.
That's why I don't have community issues. I eat them all.
Somewhat reasonable.
When they say books are rare, that's why, because bookworm made
Pick
them
up my
all.
warlord, are you? It's in the back.
Okay.
Oh, is that reprints?
Yeah, it's a reprint.
Yeah, Marvel Tales, classic Spider-Man.
And if it was in decent shape, I would have grabbed it. But it's pretty rough. Oh, I need that.
Oh wow!
No.
Oh yeah. Punisher Ghost Rider crossover.
All right.
You had one with the Deadlock and Punisher. What is that?
Oh god.
That's Deadlock number 6.
What is this?
Pick that up. Deadlock.
Oh, there used to be Young Blood.
Well, this?
Is that
Oh
Deadlock? Yeah. Pick that up for me.
Pick it up for you. I love the way you're putting all these orders together.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
See, I was surprised you find stuff like that in the dollar bin now.
We need 2 other people to hop in here so you could have like a full 6-7 stacks for people.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
You can get a bulk deal that way. Oh god.
We need to pull this from Comic Journey.
My brother and I saw it last night.
He'll get rid of a store real quick like that, We just do a live.
See, that's weird because they said that series was hot. Now I see New Avengers everywhere down here. I didn't know you were looking. If you're looking for New Avengers, I'll pull you some the next time I go digging.
I pick them up when I find them cheap.
I thought it was more childlike.
What's up, Slaughter?
Yeah.
All the way from Australia. How you doing, sir? Zazel.
I just get them to read them,
Yeah. And everybody's hot on that run because they were
Batman
really good.
Predator.
Oh wow!
I have an E1 on that one.
That's nice.
I got that.
Well, what made you think that I'd be interested in it? Because you really like number 1 and you like a lot of 1 through 7. Oh yeah. Well, for what in this comic? Yeah.
Oh, that's
We're talking
Interesting.
yeah. That might be something.
The only reason I'm getting it is because you see this over here?
Yeah.
It's some kind of weird first appearance.
Units.
So I'm getting it for 2 reasons. One, it's like a fun read, and you never know.
You never know, and it's a newsstand copy too.
If this is rated as a 9.
Yeah, those years didn't matter.
What's the grade on this? Like a 7.0 or?
It's weird how I've been finding a lot of those lately, and people always say that those are rare. And I was like, I've run across lots of them.
Oh yeah, that's it right there.
I know, that's why I picked it up.
Thank you, sir.
That's a dope cover though.
I don't know yet.
I don't know why this is not a movie.
Animated. Yeah, I can see it.
What is that?
In the second series.
What is that?
Number 35.
Number 35.
Nice. What issue is that Warlord, by the way?
God, how are you finding all these things? You can't find those down here hardly at all anymore.
I never seen
Left and right. It makes no sense.
Right. It's a second.
You said 35?
The second cartoon.
I told you there's good stuff here.
You said 35? I've got 35 already, but I'll go ahead and tell you now. That's like a
no. Put it back.
That's like a $20 book.
I think it was in the late
It's in good shape.
cartoon.
I think
like
that's like towards the end of the print run. That's a really low print
I'll
run.
put whatever you need and whatever you don't need. I'll keep for myself and see if
They're
I
really
enjoy
good
it.
reads. They're really good reads. They really are. They're fun. They're lots of sword and if you like sword and sorcery stuff, you'll love those books.
Sometimes you gotta catch me in the right mood while I'm reading this. All right, I'm getting way too big of a stack here. This is what I'm suffering. So
You might have.
way too big of a stack.
I'm trying to collect all the Red Sonja from back from 70s, 80s.
Hold on, I need both hands.
I saw some Kenny.
16 copies, I think. 16 issues.
Yeah, it was like the 80s. I think it was that Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. It was like the 80s or something like that. Late 80s,
Yeah,
mid 80s, something like that. It's for a while you could find them around here, and then they just dried up. I think everybody started picking them up because they're good sword and sorcery stuff, and they were always cheap.
I think a lot of people just got into Dungeons and Dragons kind of thing.
Look, we lost it.
Huh?
No, we lost.
Did we lose it?
We lost him?
Oh,
We lost
yeah,
him?
he was the
we ran out
star
of
of the
battery?
show.
He'll be all right. I probably need to wind this down anyway. I've been on for 3 hours, and I was just gonna do like a quick look at me video, and it turned into 3 hours. Yeah.
Okay, I have to rewind, huh?
I got a bunch of new books. I was out digging for old books yesterday. I love that. They just come to your house.
I guess we need to figure out a way to do this dollar bin dive with the camera on.
Yeah, and do a live like claim and just send them some money.
It was really weird how many shops didn't want me to like record their stuff. But at the same time too, we would get someplace and it would be empty when we first got there. But then right after we got there, it seemed like 5 minutes later, a whole bunch of people would always come in. And I know people were weird about being on camera and not.
A lot of the shops over here,
Sorry guys, I lost you.
Are you running out of battery or what?
You know what? This thing is draining the hell out of my battery.
Is it getting hot?
Yeah, streamed it.
Yeah, it is getting hot. I'm not gonna do this for much longer.
Yeah, you can't. You probably can't.
But I accidentally pressed all. I clicked. Yes, these are all reprints.
Reprints?
Mm-hmm. Well, anything you see like that, Marvel's Greatest Comics.
They're reprints, but still, they're from like they're from like 25-cent ones.
That's true, but there's nothing like of significance to them. This is funny one.
I got that. I got number 1.
Like you say, if you want to practice working on Bronze Age comic book, it's good to have those.
I don't know.
Yeah, but I'd rather find the originals to do that with. I got plenty of variety of getting them.
I've actually debated getting pressed myself and start pressing books. See, I just go through all my books and start pressing them if they need it. But I don't know if I want to go in down that rabbit hole. Heavy hitters. That's the second time you've seen one of those. What is that?
Feud. Oh.
Doom. What Doom?
No.
It's cool.
That does work cool. I didn't know he had his own series.
Well, he's had his own series, but that's dope.
Oh, there you go.
Dennis the Menace.
Oh, that's a Centennial issue too.
Oh wow, it's by Centennial issue.
Yeah.
There's a stamp collector in me that wants to collect that.
Oh, that's a reader copy all day long, but that's nice. That's a good cover.
Yeah, that's beat up.
Yeah.
I'd pass out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too beat up.
If it was a little bit nicer, I would have grabbed it.
Mm-hmm.
This I'm grabbing.
Adrian, you're serious.
Oh
Damn,
wow.
man.
Number 3, newsstand. That's
Newsstands don't really matter during those years.
I was about to say, I seen a bunch of them. I found a bunch of them yesterday in newer books. Like, well, not newer books, but 90s books. I found a bunch of them yesterday, and I was like, I thought these were supposed to be rare.
Is that number
No.
one?
Back in
I
those
don't-
days, actually, the
No, number 5.
newsstand
Oh.
is more common than the other one.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look at that. What
It's a
is
great
that?
cover.
Yeah.
Oh, that's brutal. Who is that?
I don't know, but I'm getting it just because of this cover. Look at
Mole
this
Man.
cover. I don't even know which run it's from. These are always fun.
I've been
These
trying
are
to
great.
but
Weird mystery. Oh, that's cool.
These are
man,
always great.
Professor.
Those are always great.
yeah. I know, like Batmite and Moon Knight, they're all trying to complete those runs.
Mm-hmm.
Who's trying to do that?
Batmite and they're into the whole like,
I just started collecting horror stuff. I just started buying horror stuff. It's a thing. People are really starting to get back into horror.
yeah. I love all the horror
I
stuff.
heard a rumor next year DC plans on releasing a couple of Western titles, like doing another John Hex maybe, or weird Western tales or something like that. You know?
Yeah, what is that?
Yeah, that's
War Hulk number 3. There's nothing significant about it.
The cover look cool. That's all.
cool.
That is
Yeah.
cool.
I get a kick out of it.
Oh, power back.
Yeah. I like that purple color.
Oh, Charles Soule.
Secret Avengers.
Oh, Frank Chuck.
No, this is why I'm picking it up.
Campbell.
Campbell.
Yeah.
I'm picking up all the Campbell covers.
Yeah, I'm getting Gen
Can you show me the
13.
cover again? Ooh, another.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's,
what was it?
yeah,
Oh,
Gen 13. That
13.
stuff's good.
What is
I have
it?
that one.
4?
I have that
Yeah.
one. It's really nice.
See, now Gen 13, I would pick up from that era. I'd pick up 1 through whatever. I've always wanted to read it.
I'm just picking them honestly for the covers.
Yeah, for the Campbell.
Yeah, anything that's Campbell covers, I'm getting. I like them.
Hey, what was that
And
number one?
also, there's there's a lot of nuts out there that love these.
What's that one?
Winter number 1. Winter Soldier number 1.
Yeah, it was okay.
No, this is nothing.
I didn't like the art of it.
No, me neither. That's why I didn't even bother.
What's
This
that
is
one?
weird. The Signifiers number 1.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Oh,
That dude looks dope. Bottom.
This is a WTF book if I ever saw one.
That dude at the bottom, man, he's got my vote. Or the girl, I don't know. It could be a girl.
Mr. Nino Productions.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
You want indie? That's indie.
Hey, what was that RoboCop? Go back.
Number 11.
Oh, never mind.
That's why I didn't even bother.
Yeah, what's that one?
Journey of Mystery 513.
Oh. Star Trek. Batman Beyond. What is that? Batman Beyond number 1?
Number 4.
Damn it.
Yeah, there's nothing special about it. The
No.
covers. Oh, getting this.
This dollar bill changes all the time.
What's that?
Do they change all the time, or is this when you come back it's always different?
Whenever he gets more, he throws more in.
Yeah.
Alpha Flight.
Whenever it gets more, he gets more in, and then
Well, I'm sure that is. I'm just wondering how often he changes that out, or how often that moves.
you got this right, Tyler.
The Double Dragon.
Do I got what? Alpha Flight?
Tyler, the Double Dragon.
Yeah, I got that one yesterday. Yep. I got 3 and 4. The only one I needed and 1. The only thing I needed was 2.
Look how wonderful these covers are.
Yeah, I love a bunch of them.
I love those covers.
Now, Hulk was somebody I could get into from the Avengers. I read, like, man, he did the '90s run. If you ever find the, I think it's the pink ribbon, like Hulk. It's the 80s.
Some of that reminds me of manga.
What's that?
That one reminds me of manga series.
I don't want to give away a spoiler.
I've been looking for the ribbon. It's like the AIDS ribbon Hulk cover forever.
More Omega Men.
All I see is Green Lantern. Is that Omega Man?
No, I just put the Omega Men back.
Reminds me of Green Lantern, Planet of the Apes crossover.
Yeah, it doesn't look like that.
They were still showing the No, I don't think that is.
Nightwing '89. Look at this cover. Ultimate Spider-Man. I don't know any of these Ultimate Spider-Man books.
Never to them. What's up, neighbor?
This is a really nice cover.
Yeah, Marvel Knights.
It's hard to get in there.
Yeah, it's all in the corner.
That's why I keep pulling them out, and I'm going to put them all back in after.
I don't know. I can't remember.
Cool.
So I don't damage the comics.
Put your phone down and grab a stack.
It's tough. Anybody like Ghostbusters?
You can't see.
These are fun.
That's cool.
These are the original now ones.
Yeah.
Where is that Rocket Girl? Korean written on there.
Number 2. It was one I would have put at the side.
What issue is it?
Number 11.
11.
Yeah. You got 11 and 12.
All right, so you don't okay, that's good. All right, well, I'm gonna head out now. All right, have a nice day.
Bye.
All right, give me a second so I can put these all back in.
Yeah.
What is this?
Oops, my wife's gonna come. I better get out of here. Well, it was fun, guys.
Bye, Buckburn.
Glad you stopped in.
All right. Let me know if you want to send that to me.
Take it easy, man, Mom.
Yeah, reach out to Comic Journey.
For all your shopping needs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He's not getting
neighbor.
He's not getting anything from
Mr. Rogers.
He's not going to get anything from me unless he eats a comic.
Better get to eating if you want that one.
I'm putting this one back because look at this. It's all mangled.
What book is it?
If I'm going to get these obscure ones, I want them to be in nice condition.
Oh, there you go.
These are not dollar books.
Mm-hmm. What is that? Oh,
They just stacked.
Hey.
Yeah, they just stacked up here.
Oh,
Dang, now they're not dollar books. Or,
man.
see, like those I grabbed. Anything
Yeah,
from
they're
there.
$2 a piece. What is that?
No, I don't think they are. Hey, Pete, are these $2? No. No, that's what I thought.
Okay.
Yeah, he hasn't looked at these yet.
Yeah, those are big boy books.
He's good. She's got them stacked up there and hasn't looked at them. It's just like these. These are like new comics that are
Yeah,
stacked,
those Kangs are going.
and he just hasn't gotten to them yet. Hold on, I gotta put you down for a second. I don't want to damage anything. Oh man, how many books did I get here? I'm gonna put some back.
Yeah, do what you got. Do what you got to do to make it easier. This is
There's
fun.
a lot of stuff, man. Way too much stuff.
Yeah, I'll send you $2 for my books.
I do that all the time. These are all
Right.
books.
Yeah, I mean, I've started doing it too now. If I go out digging, I'll start keeping my eye out for stuff that I think that people are that I hope people are looking for because I think it's something they're looking for. So
Michael Dorn.
Yeah.
I pick up those because they do have they have that music series that you just showed out. Like if they have interesting people in those, I pick those up. Star Trek.
Yeah.
What is it?
This is really rough. Like really, really rough. Number 11.
Some of those I would pick up just cause of his or like reader copies and stuff like that. If you were interested in it, no, I'm not that big. Like Star Trek: The Next Generation, yeah, but not the.
I'm not a big Trekkie.
Nah, me neither.
The gold
Not,
key ones all day, every day. I'll pick them up.
not enough to read the comics.
The gold key ones I definitely like. Ooh, this is a nice cover. This
Now
reminds
that
me of when I was a kid.
man, I pick up. I don't have a lot of old Batman. Dreadstar, I'm trying to find a number one. You find a number one.
No, there's no number one here. This is a nice one.
Oh, Batman and Sergeant Rock, yeah.
Bad shape though.
Riverdale High.
What number is this?
See, I never find Archie in comic form. I always find him in the book form.
I always find them.
I would actually pick up like Archie if I found it.
Number 60. How come Doom Patrol is not worth anything?
I pick up Doom Patrol, man. But
It's weird. These books, for some reason, Camelot 3000.
yeah.
12 or 12. These are fun reads. What the?
X-Mess special.
All right. You know what? Should I call it a day?
Yeah, maybe. There you go.
I could keep going here, but there's a lot. No, these are not.
I'm having fun. Oh,
What?
it's time to stream.
There's a lot of stuff in here.
Hey, Alex wants to go make something to eat, so you're good.
A lot of stuff on here.
Ooh, what was that one? Wait.
This?
No, the Harley. Look like Harley.
No.
No, okay.
Final Crisis Aftermath.
Oh, so it might have been Harley. Ooh, what is that?
Amazing Spider-Man 39.
What a dope cover, though.
Yeah, it is. I think that's from the slot run.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I've got that issue. It's a good issue.
Yeah.
I have a lot of the Dan Slott run. Dan Slott was like when I came in.
Hold on, I got to put more away.
Yeah, we still going, Mastodon. We still going.
Mm-hmm. I'm about to end it in a few more minutes, though. I got some stuff I got to do around the house, and then I got a live stream I got to do later.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to remind me at another time what I picked up for who.
Yeah. Just let.
I'm not writing notes.
I was about to say, yeah, you know how to get in touch with us.
I remember my two.
Huh?
I said I remember my two, the two Ninja Turtle ones.
Yeah, you really, yeah. I'm gonna put you a little package together and send it your way.
Don't worry about it.
Why not?
You said you wanted that really rough copy of Double Dragon, right?
Which one? 2 or whatever? Yeah, number 2. Yeah, I'll take it because I mean I only need that one, and I think that's the whole series is 1 through 4. There might be 2 floating out there, but yeah, I found it. That's incredible because I found 1, 3, and 4 yesterday, and then you just found 2.
And Mike, you wanted the Roger Rabbit, right?
Yeah, the Roger Rabbit and the two Ninja Turtle.
Mm-hmm.
Midnight Man. I'm putting some things back right now. Honestly, I'm grabbing way too much stuff.
Well, see, yeah, like I did that yesterday at the second Charles we went to. Basically what I did was I grabbed a crap ton of books I knew I wanted, and then I just kind of wheedled it down. Like, I was just kind of like, all right, this is how many I can, because it makes sense that way.
Well, right now I'm gonna have to get in like a short box for half this crap. There's a lot.
You get a short box worth of stuff in the mail every Monday. I don't even see how you. Your Monday mail
is a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff, man.
And I'll be honest with you, I've started changing the way I shop on like eBay and stuff because of the way you shop for comics on eBay, where you find all these like little bundle deals and stuff like that, or you look for like stuff that's ending on odd days at weird times. I've started doing that. Do it. It's really nice. You find good deals that way.
That's the only way to do it. Because if you don't do it that way, you're gonna go broke.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna definitely go broke.
I like the serial killer angle we got going. It's like we're like. I said I like the serial killer angle we got going. It's like we're looking into someone's like closet or something.
It's awesome, right?
It's like we're like hiding and we're waiting to like, for the killer to leave. Like, is he gone yet?
Is he done yet?
I can see out of the doorway. I can see the light.
I'm just putting everything nicely back.
No, you're good. I'm just
because I don't want to leave the guy a mess.
Comic porn, hashtag comic porn.
You might want to be careful hashtagging that. You might get.
What's that?
Somebody just put in the chat hashtag comic porn.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I like a good comic porn video.
Honestly, I'm really, really close to ordering another lot from that guy.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, because this guy has these oddball lots for cheap. And there's actually things that I want. And nobody bids against me because he puts up those crazy covers on there. And nobody wants to bid. So it works out well because I get him at starting bid. I love not having to compete with people.
Of course.
I'm still on a mission to find all these new universe number ones. I'm getting close.
I don't know why you want to collect that.
Yeah, it's just a fun thing to do. But I refuse to pay like real money for them. I only want them for $1 or so.
Yeah.
Hold on. Pete, I'm ready. I'm gonna
I got like Justice #1. I only got it because he looks like Shazam.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab a short box though.
Nice.
The cheap ones though.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get off of here. So we end it finally. We'll call it. Thank you, Journey, and everybody else, even Mike. Thanks everybody who did. Dave, Naman.
Yeah, everybody for chilling out and hanging with us at the concert.
Dude, I tell you what, this is.
You see these boxes?
Yeah.
You got some really nice boxes here. Pete, these bins are for sale, are they? Nothing's in for sale.
Those boxes must be like $30 a piece, though.
But the thing is, they're not dog comics. You have a short of ones I watching. You have a short of them. Yeah, they're all like most of them are in good shape, so that's why. I don't know what I would do.
I'm sure. All right, guys. I'll see y'all later.
All right, have a good one.